No le gusta.
Bienvenidos a McGrew's Reviews. Opa!
That one's not even.
Bippity-bop. I'm just doing different ethnic greetings. Welcome everybody to McGrew's Reviews. Oh shit, Marcos, you overcommitted. We gotta fix that right there.
What?
Just move Jordan over like a smidge. Nope, too far. Nope, that's nope. A little more. There you go. Hi everybody, welcome. We got the cameras right. Look, everyone's blue.
Yeah, McBlues.
I'm blue and double. Why did you switch your fuzzy? I gave you the blue one. That's a fresh blue one. That's not JJ's.
I don't want this.
It's Blue Beetle.
Blue Beetle, man.
I'm the Yellow Ranger. You have a blue one?
Yeah, because it's Blue Beetle time.
Give Marcos the blue one.
Then give him the black
He's
one.
Mexican? Isn't that what the
I
thing
gave you the
is?
colored one because you're special, and it's your show, and I'm the host, Sammy Gonzalez. Hi, welcome everybody.
You won't change me.
I already changed the intro to blue.
He didn't like that.
I don't care if he didn't like it.
You
Put your
desecrated my
fuzzy
opening.
back on.
No,
We are a team.
I don't trust this.
Tommy,
I don't trust this. It's blue everywhere.
it's exact because it's Blue Beetle time. Welcome everybody.
You didn't make this motherfucker black when we were doing
Because it
Black
wouldn't be
Panther.
fine. There it goes. There.
No,
There's
this
the
ain't
review.
like too late.
Who gonna pay for me? Say my pay for me.
Too late.
Couldn't do it, Tommy.
God damn.
Could not.
I don't feel right.
Put the blue.
This
I asked
this
for
is
very few
precious.
things.
Switch with Margot. I'm the mediator, okay? Switch with Margot with the black.
Right.
And give Margot the blue.
There you go. Is that
That's
acceptable?
yes. That is an acceptable.
You want to
I'm the mediator.
and shit now?
That's what we've always done here.
We don't color
coordinate.
coordinate here.
God.
Everyone is an individual.
Right. Until
You communist.
Blue Beetle comes to town. Hi, everybody. I'm Sammy Gonzalez. Okay, welcome to the show. I'm all blued out. Joining me on the other side is
Black
the man
and blue.
of the show himself. We have.
I don't recognize this show anymore. My name is
Your
Tom.
name is right there
In blue,
in blue.
not yellow.
Exactly.
Yellow.
And across from me we have.
Hey, my name's Marco. It's been like 2 weeks, maybe.
And back to back, we've
Back to back to back. You can find me at the Indian Come Giver on Twitter.
Our most polarizing member. Our most controversial member.
no one knows who you are,
back.
Jordan. When you say that, no one knows. No one can identify you.
I'm Jordan. You can find me on Twitter at the Indian Come Giver.
What?
Is that
Why?
a new one? What was the last one?
The other
Very
last
bad
one.
Contessa.
That's right.
Yep.
That was a classic.
These are all real Reddit names, by the way.
He has many accounts.
I don't know why you'd want to find him under that name. But anyway, everybody, it's Blue Beetle time.
You were excited about it.
I was and have been very excited about it. But we have a bit of storytelling to go through. I'll start with me, and then we'll go to the unified
Can we take
experience.
a pause before all that just to be like, because we didn't have this on our docket for a little bit, and then like about 3 weeks ago, it's like, no, we're definitely reviewing the Blue Beetle. Like,
Right.
Sam, and he never gets like.
He was hyped.
Yeah, he never gets hyped for a DC
No.
movie.
I never get hyped for a fucking DC movie.
Or any movie for that matter.
Barbie, I was not excited, but I was
Your
like,
girl hyped you for Barbie.
well, no, it was like I wanted to see it. It looked interesting. It was getting good reviews.
Yeah.
Blue Beetle, I'm like, Mexicans, gotta do it, baby.
Oh, okay.
Gotta
Support.
do it.
You gotta support.
You gotta support. Especially with the
superhero.
strike
'Cause
going
you're not
on.
getting the name of a movie.
Oh, yeah, I don't know what's going on there. I've been trying to get updates.
Yeah.
Last update was in June, so.
I don't know, man. These charges are slipping off left and right. I
Hey,
don't know.
People don't care.
Nothing.
That's the point.
Nothing yet, but Jonathan Majors, they're still putting out shit with him on it, so.
Yeah, no.
That's
So-
what I meant. Like,
Marvel?
yeah.
We'll see what happens there. They did film a whole
Look-
ass show.
I was about to say Loki's in 2 months. Like,
Yeah.
Loki's like next week.
Really?
Yeah, it's very soon. I think it's this
Like
month.
September 8th or something
Oh,
like
damn,
that.
I was trying to
It's
get
soon.
rid of Disney Plus.
No, they're gonna up the price, and then
you're
we're
gonna try to get rid of it after begging TJ for the password last
I
night.
gave up. I gave up. I was like, I guess, it's over.
So
They made an executive decision. That's
I don't know what happened there. I was fine. I never lost access to the group Disney Plus. By the way, I love our Disney Plus icons because they're all indicative of who we are as people. Of
course.
TJ's is I forget what TJ's is.
a cartoon.
It's a cartoon of something.
Gravity
I think
Falls
it's,
guy?
no, his is Gravity Falls.
Okay.
Yours is the Black Panther.
Right.
Mine is classic Mickey Mouse.
Yes.
I forget what his was. Actually, I can pull it up right here. But
the hell
but
is
all of us are.
Like
Yours used to be the guy from Soul for a while.
That's what it was. Yours
Jazz
was.
player.
Yeah.
Nice.
I saw T'Challa.
Yeah. Oh, TJ's is Genie from Aladdin.
That's right.
Yeah.
Will
yeah.
Smith?
So there's all of us.
Robin Williams.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. So there's all of
They
ours.
have Will Smith as an option?
I hope not. I really hope
that
not.
makes me want to ask his girlfriend if like she really likes that Disney Dragon movie.
I think that's Raya. No, I think that was just like probably like a children's
They
account
do,
or
not, do
something.
they have, if they have Fillmore as an option, I'm switching
I'm
mine.
taking-
Also, that's the chat, everybody. Welcome
The
to the
chat.
MEXCELLENT chat.
Hi,
They're
Goliath.
here. Everybody's here in full
Hey,
effect.
Goliath.
Thank you for joining the most MEXCELLENT review of Blue Beetle. But before we get into it, there's a couple layers to like this movie. I'm fucking
it?
exhausted. Oh, the
Oh,
experience.
for us.
Yes.
Yeah, you're right.
So I'm fucking exhausted. So I didn't sleep until about 6 o'clock in the morning last night.
Right.
I was for those of you who know, I have like mental health things where like I go to therapy and it's great and stuff. I had a pretty bad mental health day last night.
Oh, no.
I haven't been able to sleep for like 3 or 4 days just because COVID got me sick,
Yeah.
threw off my sleeping pattern even worse than it ever been. So I had been feeling like tired and then like a couple other like, not even family issues, just like things that were logging in the back of my head that I didn't address just came out at that time. So I was
Oh,
like,
no.
fuck.
Were they like? You don't have to go into detail.
Oh.
Were they family related?
Well, so every time I renew my lease here, I get weird because it's like, how long I'm gonna be in Texas?
You're stuck
I
here.
want to go back a little bit and visit at the very least.
Yeah.
It's been a while, so little things like that.
Okay.
I'm not getting so dark into the. You don't need to know the depths of it, but that's
No,
where it comes from.
I was just asking because it's like if you're any sort of like family issues and then watching this movie, not
Oh,
great.
it was about my family. No. Okay. All right.
Especially if you're Mexican.
I'll,
Yeah.
I'll bring up that and then go into it further because Marcus, you're absolutely right. It was not the best movie to watch after the time I had last night.
Okay.
So point is, I am kind of like on very thin ice right now, very tired. But I wanted to watch this movie, and I said, my girlfriend, maybe this movie will cheer me up. Now,
Okay.
now.
Well,
I will say on the thing that you said, especially if you're Mexican, like that's what you'll say to every positive thing. This movie's funny, especially if you're Mexican.
Right. well, we're not at the review just yet.
actually, no.
Well,
If you're colored in general.
right.
But especially if you're Mexican.
Right. If you use the term colored.
I can. I'm allowed.
Okay. No.
Lloyd says so. Off the rails. Go ahead.
I mean, hey, at least we're not talking about college funds. Anyway,
Yeah.
so we're not getting there yet because the time that we had was 6:15. That was the time that was best for everybody. Usually the
Right.
best time for everybody. We could have done one at 7:15. We would have been here at 10 o'clock.
Yeah.
So
This movie's long.
the movie's
It
2
was
hours long.
6:15.
Yeah.
God
This is a long
damn.
movie and trailers and whatnot and
Yeah.
popcorns and stuff. So I go, let me go and see what they have available. And what they had was something I kind of heard about.
I mean, we see it every time we go there.
Well, it's 4DX.
Yeah. Brought to you by Pepsi.
Brought to you by Pepsi. No, I wasn't talking about the intro video. That shit sucks.
It's on the outside of the theater.
Oh yeah.
The brother laughing like Eddie Murphy. I'm like, get the fuck out of here. Who's this dude?
What?
The brother in the Pepsi commercial. That's what I'm talking about in the preview.
Yeah.
Yeah, that and
Oh.
the 40X has the
Surprise! Everyone was late. Sam said be there at
Yeah.
6:05.
I mean, you don't have to.
I was on time. Look,
You were on time. You were on time.
Stereotypes.
Me and you were on time. Okay.
the last one.
But the fact that everybody else was coming in 10, 15 minutes late, I was like, we missed that fucking Regal commercial.
So a lot of people are giving AMC a lot of credit for their Nicole Kidman, like, this is where cinema happens. And it's all dramatic. Have you seen that one?
Of course,
Yes,
it's
of
beautiful.
course.
Regal's is fucking dumb.
It's
dumb.
told you, it makes me not want to go to the movie.
Every time.
Some big black woman walking into my sermon. And I'm like, you know what?
There's a black guy in a full suit pouring popcorn on himself.
Yeah, I'm like, what?
For those of you who haven't seen it,
This
Why
nigga
are we
just got off
bringing
of
it
Wall
home?
Street and just came straight to the movies?
What are you doing? You don't bring this home with you.
right. Well, this is the one we're talking
Oh,
about.
fuck.
Oh, hold on. Why do I got no music? Hold on. There we go.
It's all happening.
This thing is nicer than my apartment.
Surely you can't be serious.
If I didn't think no better, that's Corey with the wig.
Oh, don't be like that.
Look at him. Look at him. That's Corey with the wig.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is.
That is not our friend
That's
Corey.
J. Cole.
Okay, that's J. Cole. Closer with J. Cole.
What's that dude name that played in Hamilton?
You know, I'm surprised.
D. Davis. What's his name?
Oh, David.
David Davis.
that's him right
Yeah.
there. That's
the
his
thing
brother.
That is kind of, yeah.
with how annoying that trailer is, Because the first thing that comes to mind is Borat impressions. People at work doing Borat impressions. I'm surprised Borat isn't in that.
Right. Somewhere.
So I got that going for me, which is nice.
It's very nice. Popcorn for everybody.
Oh my god.
My wife.
Oh, shit.
Seriously, no, Marcus, you're absolutely right. It's just a string
terrible.
of these just awful cliches that I get the premise of the commercial.
Movie quotes.
Yeah, it's movie quotes that you can use in real life for
you
things.
can't.
No, for situations. Well, no, that's the premise of. That's the Gertz portion of this conversation.
Yeah.
Our friend Gertz is in advertising, and so he would come up with the premise: let's make a commercial where we're using movie quotes to convey the adventures that happen in a movie theater.
Yeah.
And they decided to choose the stupidest quotes that you could possibly use in the worst situations ever.
That's gonna leave a mark.
Where did he come from?
She's beauty and she's great.
What does that have to do with it? That doesn't work.
None of them are quoting. All my life I had to fight. None of them are quoting. Y'all quote these fucking.
Take a look at yourself. Take a look around.
They got Danny Trejo in this like bitch, and he doesn't even get to quote anything he's ever been in.
Right.
Purpose for that.
Hey, Machete, don't text. Boom, right there. Don't text the movie theaters. Why am I smarter than everybody who makes this commercial?
It's not a man purse, it's called a satchel. You can't sit with us. So you're telling me there's a chance?
No, because
Man
there's no
has
seats
people
around, you
right
fucking
next to-
idiot.
yeah, like it's no available seats.
I like how you put
Is
his
he trying to,
name.
like, lift somebody up?
It's the satchel.
Right. He's trying to do the Zach Galifianakis thing because he was posing like that in the movie, but it's just awful.
I know it was you, Fredo. Wow. You broke my heart.
As F,
I hope you got paid handsome.
you sit on a throne of lies.
It doesn't make sense.
Why did you point to the Coke and say, you broke my heart, Fredo? Like, what?
Oh, because she drank all the Coke. She drank all the Pepsi. So you broke my heart, Fredo. But it's on his left hand side. So he's blaming the person on the opposite hand. So that doesn't make any sense. And then as if that actually made sense. And then you sit on a throne of lies and the other guy, it's a elf reference? Really? An elf reference right now?
I don't know.
That's like barely the iconic quote.
This is the beginning of a beautiful friendship.
What's
Get the fuck out of the way.
Comb your hair.
God damn it.
God.
Throw popcorn at him.
Right?
Fuck.
Tomato.
Yeah.
So Pepsi fucked up everything, ruined our. Marcos was like, "All right, cool. Show this overtime to watch some movies."
Hey, Regal, if ticket sales are down, it's because of this.
It's because nobody loves you.
We
Regal.
limited the situation, found out that this is the reason why y'all have bad sales.
Right.
That's that
Yeah.
shit right
Thank you, Exceed. Yeah, it's fucking. It is. It's.
It makes me
cringy and it makes
uncomfy.
you very uncomfortable.
Right. I feel like we should just redo this commercial, but with better quotes.
You would have risked being late for the actual movie to avoid that.
Yes.
Right.
That's what I'm saying.
And it's the last trailer.
Yeah, every time. Start off with that.
Do you
if we're
remember
gonna
when
do that.
movie theaters used to have like the fucking roller coaster?
Yeah.
Where it's like going through
I think that
popcorns
was
and
Regal.
concessions? Yeah, it was Coke when
was Regal.
Coca-Cola owned
Yeah,
it.
it was great.
But
Right.
wait, this particular theater or this preview here did 2 commercials, did it not? It did this one here, and then they do another one before that, right?
Well, they did
know.
one, I think, before the trailers and then after
Oh,
the
yeah,
trailers.
that's right.
This was
Okay.
after the trailers.
Yeah, bring back the fucking roller coaster, especially what the fuck we did. That would have been.
Oh, god damn, no. So, like, yeah, this one right here. This is one of them I loved. Oh, it's every Regal roller coaster.
Regal Cinemas.
Even she sounds
I used to
more
love
sexy
this.
than the robots.
I remember this in the shittiest of theaters.
Right.
Like the fucking thing was tilted. I guess it just, not level.
Here, go, Tommy. Let me fix it real quick.
There you go. Yeah.
You can't see it over here.
Turn the volume down a notch.
Okay.
Still Pepsi.
Hell yeah.
There you go. Yeah.
That shit bring back memories.
If it was an action movie or a horror movie, I noticed that the popcorn at the end gets loud.
Oh, that's right.
Oh,
Pop,
that's
pop,
right.
pop.
Pop, 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 pop.
Yeah.
Yeah, you were right.
I remember that so bad.
God, that was dope as
Oh
fuck.
my god, I saw Dr. Do me a little.
Hey,
that damn thing.
Do me. Shut up. But yeah, look at this. The
Fail, Regal.
Coca-Colas.
You had it.
Twizzlers. Look at that.
That's a thrill.
Right?
That's a ride before the
You
ride.
think people like 20 years ago were mad when they pulled the "let's all go to the lobby" thing for about.
You take it
5
for granted.
You know what?
You take this shit for granted, right?
Right.
I took that for granted. I thought we were gonna have that shit forever. I thought they were gonna make it better.
Lobby. Let's all go to the lobby. Come find your finest concessions here with a Coca-Cola product.
Oh,
They
was
would
it?
say Coca-Cola product.
Yeah.
It was great.
Or like with like videos or DVDs, our feature presentation.
Right.
Like, I
that one
missed
guy.
that shit.
And now our feature presentation.
Yeah, that shit was
Fuck, and then,
great.
you know what they got rid of also too on Blu-rays, DVDs? Obviously, there's the streaming, the fucking THX noise.
Oh yeah.
My dad.
Sorry, everybody. Listen.
My dad had a surround sound system that he got like in 2005.
Yeah.
And he used to fucking love that. Like that.
Best.
That was
That's why
a
you
treat.
got surround sound.
Exactly.
Because if all else fails, just play that.
Good night, Bat G.
Bad G, thank you for
Hey,
showing
good night,
up.
Bad
And
G.
we'll see the review when you get there. Yeah, Rakeen, THX scared the shit out of children. Good. You need
Made
a
you
little.
ready.
You need your heart racing before you go into a fine
Before
film.
Jurassic Park.
Right.
They got you primed for that, right?
Shit, man.
I
Look
didn't know
at
what
it.
the fuck was going to
Look
happen.
at all this CG popcorn and
Amazing.
Sour Patch. Look at it. Was Butterfinger, now it's Sour Patch
ever
Kids.
so often.
Yeah.
Like, that's the older version. Like it was another version, and it was just that's great.
Gift cards
Look at
available.
the- That's the newer one, yeah.
Come on.
That's fine.
Great.
Come
It was
on.
great.
Fuck.
But now we're stuck with
Nicole Kidman and a weird
And a
movie
hybrid
quote
between
thing.
J. Cole and
That
David
dude.
David or whatever.
and a guy in a suit pouring popcorn all over himself.
Yeah,
Why are you going to movie theater
Poor
in a
Danny
suit?
Trejo got drug into this shit.
Right. I mean, hey, he got paid. You know what? And
hope
here's the thing: the moral of the story and the moral of this episode, at least Mexicans got paid.
Yeah.
So we're gonna go into a little bit more because honestly, we went into a 4DX theater, and I didn't know what that was.
I didn't either.
So
whose idea was this? I thought it was you.
So it was the time, right?
Okay.
So the time was 6:15. That was the best time that we could all go. It was like $20 a ticket, and I was like, okay, look.
I think it was Guardians. I got in trouble for buying us IMAX tickets.
I remember that.
Those were like 30 a ticket. To be fair,
Well, that was more expensive than
I
this.
believe so.
Oh, what the fuck?
Yeah.
You done that?
Yeah, it was $90 for that. It was like it was 20, 40, 85 for all four of us for this.
not bad.
So if you don't know what 4DX is, which we didn't know,
Well, it's the same problem. It was time. It wasn't based on
Right.
I wanted to see an IMAX. I'm not actually one of those elitists that gives a fuck about anything.
Yeah.
Now that being said, I now have an opinion about 4DX.
You know,
But
I had big opinions as well.
which we'll explain right now.
Oh my God.
So if you don't know what 4DX is like smell-o-vision,
That says it.
light. So it has environmental effects. So you're on a cart of 4 chairs locked onto one contraption platform, if you will. You have a little a footrest.
Yeah.
And I was like, wait, a footrest?
So was I.
And we were in bucket seats, and I'm like, oh, I wanted to be able to move my arms up because I
Right.
got big love handles, right? So I'm a big boy. And so we all sat real close to each other because we weren't sure who else was going to show up.
Yeah.
So we got in our seats. And so if you see right there, it explains all the things. So it has a rock and a roll. It has spray water feature. It has fans in the
Oh,
top
yeah, we got
that
some of that.
that spray wind.
Yep.
Apparently with snow, they have snow effects.
What?
Really?
They have lightning effects, which is just a
We saw
spotlight
that,
flashing in your face.
That's all.
You have rainstorm effects, so flashing light again. Fog, which is a fog
We didn't
machine
get
going
that.
off in the
See that?
front.
Did
It was
did
in
we?
the front. It was all the way in the
What?
front.
Yeah, so anytime a dust cloud would come up, you hear,
Oh, that was the fog.
and then the fog would come up in the front of the screen.
I'll point
see
it out
it.
to you
Yeah.
at a certain point. We get to
Okay.
that point. Yeah. I'll point it out.
And so it would go like up and down, left and right, left
Yeah.
and right. So before we get into the review, just know that we
Rakeem,
are in the
yeah.
4DX seats. What did Rakeem say? So basically, it's a roller coaster experience with a movie theater. That's
Absolutely.
exactly right.
That's
if you've
exactly
ever
what
been to
it is.
Universal Studios,
Yeah, or
that's-
any like museum, it's one of those. Yeah.
Right. And
Except
so
those suck. This did not.
so you guys okay, let me kind of describe the first part of like this experience, that way we can talk about the movie.
Yeah.
So when like the camera would tilt or pan when they decided,
Yeah.
it would be like
Yeah.
and it would float you around like you're weightless. It would kind
That
of
was
turn
the-
you around.
That was the first experience we had.
So like we're looking at this. So this is like Disneyland soaring over California.
Mm-hmm.
It's a different experience, but long story short, it's a very nice little ride. You get lifted up by your feet, or sitting on the chair,
Right.
and you're getting kind of coasted around the world. And so you're kind of going la di da di da.
Like a
And so
float.
when the camera would swing certain ways, it'd kind of go like la di da di da. Or if you were looking up at a building, you'd go whoa, and you'd lean back. Right,
Yeah.
that happened a lot. And then for some reason, anytime there was an action scene in the movie, it would just go fucking berserk.
apeshit.
It would go absolutely apeshit. And I'm not talking about like, whoa, or vibrate. It was like this shit,
It was
man.
violent.
It was
Yeah.
fucking violent.
It was like, oh man, Blue Beetle's having adventures. This is great. This is fucking awesome. Oh, it's getting a little hectic.
Oh, it's a fight scene.
It's a fight. Goddamn Carfax is attacking me. Oh no.
No. Oh, he's flying now. Oh, he's hitting the ground.
Oh no, he's fighting. Okay, it feels good.
no.
I'm still there. I'm still there. Oh no, they're gonna punch somebody in the face. Oh shit! No! Just water. Water everywhere. People getting tossed around. Tommy, you almost fell out of the goddamn chair at one point.
About. Like I was just, I really was.
I turned over and you were like this, in the seat, like holding on for dear life.
Yeah, I had to pull myself up.
Jordan popped up at one point. You said you fell out of your chair.
He did fall out of it.
No, but there was a thing where he got pushed forward, and I saw that it was not very hard for him to just stand up at a certain point.
I think it's a thing in the back that kind of has a little push. Yeah.
So yeah, they have a back nudge thing.
It has so many things.
They had air for like gunshots, like
So whenever there's like
past your ear.
There was a flying scene, like an airplane flew over or something like that. You feel like a gush of wind,
right?
Oh, it was like it was a fucking fan above us.
There was a fan above us. There was two, like 3, 4 fans like on the side.
Yeah, because you felt gusts. Like if it was anything in the air flying,
you felt that wind.
It was like another AC.
When I walked in, you could see 5 fans at the top.
Yeah,
and I was just kind of like, that's weird.
Like backup AC.
And then
it feels that way.
Yeah.
Right. So there's some kids enjoying it right there.
No, kids should not be doing
right. And so like this is like,
is there a kid missing? Did they get shit?
So they're watching the Super Mario Bros. Movie. I
thought it looked like Transformers.
Looked like Transformers.
Oh, it's 3D apparently.
Shit, man. So like that was gentle.
Yeah.
That was like the title screen. Was that little bit that they're rocking right now? Like look at see, like she's just kind of getting jostled around. That's fine.
No, do they have a more aggressive scene?
Let me see if I can find it.
I don't think so. But golly, that was violent.
Let's see. Well, here's
the Donkey Kong fight scene.
Maybe
here.
On a date to the 4DX movie theater for the first time.
Okay, hold on. I'll skip ahead. Let's see here. The seats move, the screen sprays water, and even smoke. Let's see if there's some illegal TikTok kid that will try. Not illegal TikTok kid. A kid from TikTok illegally recording a movie. Let's see what happens here. Okay, why are you putting this type of music behind it?
Because it's a date, bro.
It's there we go. So like,
he happy as fuck.
I mean, to be fair, all of us were happy as fuck, just rocking in that goddamn aggressive ass chair.
I should have came with a fucking date.
Because here's the thing, I was worried that you guys wouldn't be enjoying yourself. I would worry you would get like motion sick, but then you told me you like rides. I wouldn't know how you felt about it, and then I wouldn't know how you felt about it because I know you don't like gimmicks all the time. What did you think? You're the only person I don't know because I heard him laughing the entire time.
I couldn't stop.
You were fucking laughing. I was cracking up.
It was just so
there was
much.
Just some adjustments that needed to be made mentally because no one like
you need a level system.
You actually like it's not even a level thing. Like you probably did need an intro with the roller coaster thing, just as a fucking like, hey, this is what it's gonna be like.
There you go.
Because you don't get any like.
But
warning.
I feel like they
No warning.
I feel like they did give a warning because at certain points you feel the chair go like in a circle motion.
That is not enough of a warning.
Small warning. Like,
It was
hey,
just a
we're
lot
about
of
to be
a lot of
prepared.
ass vibration. Like,
Right.
It was a lot of tank work.
That's like
Readjustment.
Yeah.
that's like the Terror Tower gives you a warning because it goes. Psst. That's not the same.
Yeah, so like look, there's some people watching things. Jurassic World.
Yeah.
Oh, they have little tethers. Yeah, see, there's little air sprays behind you. They spray water in your face
That never sprayed
sometimes.
me in my face. That didn't come
was
from
like
the back.
on the
It went up. It went up.
Yeah.
Oh no! So
I got misted.
You got missed.
I got missed it a little bit
Okay,
above.
yeah.
You got ski.
And then
A little bit.
Jordan, please don't ever put it that way. But the gunshots. Every time a gunshot.
That shit I could have done without.
That one I could have done without.
Yeah.
That's like one of those. What's that thing they give you those eye tests? And they
Yeah.
like, please don't.
It's the same technology.
Don't torture me, please.
It's got to be the same thing, right?
All right, now keep your eyes open. We're gonna blow air in your eyes with the optometrist.
Don't blink.
Don't blink. Why? I've been taught to stop.
What the fuck was that even for?
So we took a picture of your retinas, and you're fine. You got an
Focus on the
astigmatism,
balloon.
right?
Yeah.
So look at that's 4D seating right there. Is advertised
Is
as.
this for your home?
I mean, it probably cost a lot
Like
of money.
4 seats, right?
But then you got to fill up the juice for the water, and you got to do the fog machine. You guys don't even like.
It's like that.
You know
yeah.
they are not going to fill them seats up with water when they get home. They be like, we're going to put some like
It's gonna be-
tequila in this motherfucker.
Damn.
You can get the whole
shit.
Fuck.
That pterodactyl gonna spit in your eye. That's real fucking tequila. All right.
Shit. We're gonna put a fucking little spark and some propane. Just fireballs coming at you.
Yeah. Yeah, let's make it real. Little gust of flame like that.
Yeah.
A little poof won't hurt you.
Right, exactly.
Just imagine watching King of the Hill on that shit.
That would be great.
Because TJ has that little thing that lights the back of his TV based off of the screen. Throw one of those on real
get some
quick.
of that in there.
You got yourself a whole fucking theater right there, baby.
Right. So, for our Blue Beetle
I highly
4DX
recommend,
experience,
if you want to try it, this movie
Oh, yeah.
is what you need to try it with.
but like
Bring your own seatbelt.
Right. Be aware, your abs will get a workout if you don't have core strength, because you will be trying to keep yourself stable. Your popcorn may go flying.
Yeah.
You might put the straw through the roof of your mouth if you're drinking while
don't
this shit
eat.
happens.
I'm happy I ate before.
Right.
Like, in the trailers,
Oh, you would have downed that hot dog too fast. No, I meant like if you were like,
it would have been like what's the show?
I don't think this is the best movie to watch. This just because it doesn't have the same. You don't have a scene where Blue Beetle is flying through his eyes, kind of thing.
they threw a little bit,
but
and
it's
they
not.
toss you around.
They
But it's not.
toss you around on every
It was a
chance
little
they
bit
get.
unnecessary. Like this would be awesome for Top Gun, Fast and the Furious.
Oh, yeah.
Probably even the Gran Turismo movie that comes out.
Yeah,
we
but
don't
see it for that one.
Tommy didn't want to watch.
No, I don't
Gran
want to see
Turismo.
the movie, but
No.
it would probably work.
That's probably the only way I would watch that.
Felt like they just said fuck it.
Yeah.
They're like, we don't know what the fuck to put. Oh, he slammed the door. Taint. Like, I don't, every little.
That's what I mean by it's not the same.
Right.
Okay,
Okay,
at the very least.
Because I had heard that
You
Top
get your
Gun.
money's worth with the vibration.
I had heard that Top Gun Maverick, actually
Yeah.
both Tom Cruise movies in recent memory, Maverick and Mission Impossible were both movies that were excellent for 4DX.
I could see that.
Oh
one
yeah,
being good for
I'm going
4DX.
back for Mission Impossible, the second one.
Right.
I can do that.
Yeah.
And so this Blue Beetle, although not the best option, because once again, George Lopez kicked a machine and you felt the taint punch.
Yeah.
Right.
It was like, oh, okay.
Him literally
Right.
jumping on the truck.
Yeah.
That was
Man,
kind of
I was
cool.
like,
But they
what?
shook you with
Yeah,
it.
I'm like,
It
what
felt
the
like you were on the back of the truck.
But I didn't need to feel a shake when he's getting punched. That's the only.
He's kicking the thing.
Right.
You get kicked.
Well, that was the thing. Like, so he would get kicked and it would rock you everywhere,
Yeah.
as opposed to like back, which would have been like, whoa, I got kicked.
Yeah.
They didn't have a rhyme or reason. They were just tossing you about, which
Just throwing you
you
around.
got your money's worth for the ride.
Yeah.
I feel like
You
this.
pay for it.
This also might have been set to high because there was 12 people in
That's
that theater.
what I'm saying. I feel like
The
it's a
hydraulics were
malfunction or
pumping too
something.
hard?
Or they got a bad machine, and they're just like, hopefully it's just adults that go to this.
Man, we
shit.
had a good machine. I don't know about
loved
you.
it.
Oh yeah.
It was, like the thing outside the grocery store. Where
but you
put
know
the
how like
quarter.
a good
it was
carnival
like that
ride,
for adults.
a good carnival ride is like on the verge of breaking.
Yeah.
That's what this was.
Right.
Yeah, it's all nice and broken in.
Yeah, see, Tommy, this was the fog machine. So anytime any sort of action happened, they would spray right at the front, in front of the
man.
screen.
You can
didn't see
hear
it.
you can hear the bolts trying to like hold on.
Right.
It's all loose, so you spin faster.
Right.
You know, so yeah,
Right.
it's like that.
Right. The seat was sliding off the end of the bolts,
Like if you want
like one washer holding everything together.
Young will be sore at the end of
Right.
this ride. Yeah.
It was one misplaced washer that's lodged kind of at an angle, holding the nut in place to keep you from sliding to
That
your
was the
doom.
only thing.
Right. So like everyone's there, Fast and Furious and 4DX, and you get ragdolled.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh absolutely.
That's gonna be insane. I want to do
Any movie.
Any
It makes
movie.
Any movie better.
It really did.
absolutely.
Yeah.
I mean, getting sprayed in the face was a little weird occasionally. The guy next to me was fucking dying, dude. He was
Was he?
cracking up. He was cracking up by himself.
I know.
4DX is a great time.
love it. Yeah, I
if
highly
you got one
recommend
in your theater, Blue Beetle is a nice introduction because it'll kind of kill you, but it'll enhance a movie that, we can just get into the review now.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Well, I will say one last thing about the theater experience, and this is just something that you just end up making noise because you're in a 4D thing,
Right.
But like because there wasn't a very packed theater, we all were friends to a degree by the time that it was
It's a smaller theater. Yeah.
That's like a bonding moment right there.
Right.
We shared something.
It was like a paid Mystery Science Theater.
Right. Well, you guys were talking. I didn't hear you guys. I was like, okay. But then the people in front of us, that other
They
group of
joined
four, they were muttering certain things like, no, Sanchez. I was like, okay.
Everybody turned up the volume as we were like, all right, we're comfortable now. We
Right.
Are,
We're all good.
we are familia.
And that's the moral of Blue Beetle. Blue
is.
Beetle, everybody, is about familia.
It took a little bit of Fast and Furious.
A little bit of
Except
Fast and-
they're actually family.
Right.
Like blood.
Right.
Yeah.
So let's go ahead and watch the trailer real quick. Just recap Blue Beetle for you, and then we'll get into our review right now. But first, the Manscaped ad. Hi, everybody. Welcome to the Manscaped ad. It's that time. It's going to make editing easy. Did you know that this review is brought to you by the fine folks at Manscaped? And you can get your Blue Beetles nice and smooth by using coupon code MEX20 for 20% off and free shipping. You got bait. I know you feel a little cheated right now, but here's the thing. Manscaped has helped us keep the blue lights on for many, many years now at this point. And so if you want to support Blue Beetle and us and me, go to manscaped.com and check out all the wonderful things that they have. They have the beard hedger. They have the underwear that we just got gifted. Tommy, you just got some of the underwear yourself and you love it.
It's amazing.
Performance Package 4.0. That's what they started off giving us. The fine folks at Manscaped have provided us with tons of wonderful things. Most recently for me, the Beard Hedger Pro Kit. I absolutely love this thing. And if you want a beard that is wonderful like mine, be sure to get the Beard Hedger Pro Kit. And I see it's already kind of discounted, but you can use coupon code MEX20, that's MEX20 for 20% off and free shipping everywhere. And make sure that your face is nice and smooth. They also have the Lawnmower 4.0, which we've talked about ad nauseum, but it's good to remind yourself how good the Lawnmower 4.0 is. It's the best in men's grooming technology. The skin-safe replaceable ceramic blades, adjustable guard sizes, 7,000 RPM motor with quiet stroke technology. It's also got the travel lock. It's also got the big old case that comes with it that keeps it all together. Everybody loves the Lawnmower 4.0, and so do I. And if you love us and you love Manscaped, use coupon code MEX20 for 20% off and free shipping. That's MEX20, MEX20 for 20% off and free shipping. You know it. You love it. Now go get it. Thank you, everybody. We'll be right back with the review. Like right now. Don't go anywhere.
Can I talk about the trailer real quick? That is such a fucking
Key said it best.
This
yes,
trailer,
that is the whole fucking movie.
That
That's why I
really is
can't
the whole
watch
movie.
fucking
I don't-
trailers.
I don't-
Well, you're
think
right
either.
too, but you're also to a degree. I'm like, no one gives a fuck about action sequences anymore like that because like I just saw a movie called Sisu where the action is really
shit is amazing.
Is amazing. Well, yeah, but when it comes to like if they made an Iron Man 5 or this, like you don't watch it for the action sequences. So they show people this, and I'm like, that's not the heart of the movie.
You're
That's
not selling it to me. You make me not want to see it.
And there's a
I didn't
reason.
see that trailer, so yeah.
That was the second trailer,
Well,
by
they
the
did
way.
get some
shit's
piece.
terrible.
The first one had your favorite song.
They did get
Oh, I know.
I just want to
some
rap.
piece of the family
Element
to it where he said, you know, this love is what drives me or some shit like that. I mean, he gave some piece
Yeah,
of
but
it,
that's already in the heat of the, like, you're not actually seeing what makes the family lovable to any extent. Like, the music is completely off kilter from how Mexican the soundtrack really is.
Oh, well, they got to sell it to the
Soundtrack.
community.
Yeah.
And I get
the
that part
Midwest.
too, but
that was like heavy synth in some parts. I'm like, God,
yeah,
what is this?
but you understand, like, in comparison to Black Panther, it's like, oh yeah, like Kendrick is in the trailer.
Right.
That doesn't detract us from
Right.
watching it,
Especially if it was like, I don't know, Selena, like in this portion right here, or La Chona. Everybody knows La Chona.
Yeah, just there's elements of how they could have cut this where it's just like, because man, if you go in expecting Iron Man 3, you're going to be really disappointed when you watch this movie.
And get Iron Man 2.
It's like a mix of 1 and 2.
Dude, okay, so first reactions.
Yeah.
Tommy, I'm going to go ahead and just give you the first reactions to this movie.
Okay.
When you walk out the theater, what are you thinking about this movie?
It almost had it.
Really? Almost had it?
It has something. And I like the something it has, but it could have been, I mean, it had it, and then it just...
It is
let it slip away.
it's a third base run or some shit like
Yeah.
that.
It's a triple play.
Yeah.
It's not in the park home run.
It's a bunt.
Yeah.
It's not a bunt. Bunt is bad.
No, bunt is bad.
Okay, okay.
It's not even a
meant like
sacrifice
it was
fly.
almost a home run, but it just
It's a base hit.
yeah.
It bounced off at the very thing, bounced into play.
You know,
the guy kind of slipped a little bit, got it to third, but it was a
loving
triple
it.
play.
Man, I was loving it, and then it hits a point where I'm like, oh, that was cheesy.
Yeah.
Oh, no, that's cheesy
yeah.
too.
Oh, wait, but was this film made before the whole James Gunn take over the DC situation?
No.
It was.
Yes.
It
This
was
made before.
But they said this is the first of the DCU.
Which
And you notice
I
it's
can
no
see-
trace of anything from the DCU.
So there's
it
only-
looks a little
Well, they,
different.
There's
they
some
mentioned
mild-
Superman and Batman.
But they will exist in James Gunn's world.
and they mentioned Gotham City.
They did
on a piece of clothing.
Yeah, Batman.
They mentioned
mentioned
Flash,
all of them.
too.
They mentioned
Yeah.
Flash, but you don't see any of the logos of those
Right.
iterations. So yeah, it can
You,
be
you even get I was gonna say Oscorp. No, LexCorp.
okay.
It was behind the.
Was it?
It was behind the evil guys. This movie's tower.
Really?
Cordo. Yeah. Dude, I don't know the names of half this shit.
Well, then it would be new.
Cord,
the
yeah.
D look like a.
You know what? I think you did. I think that. I think what they're doing, because LexCorp was nowhere in. Oh, it was. But was it a different font?
It looked like the comic book one. It looked normal to me, so I don't know what the logo
there's
looked
a different
like.
font. That's an easy little sneak in that they could have done post production
Right.
of like, oh no, this is a different universe
Right.
than what we've been seeing.
Key is saying this is being treated as chapter 0.
It is.
It's like a prelude.
Okay,
It's a jump start.
Yeah, and it feels like it.
It feels like Eternals in some way. That
It stands out.
It's
from
the Incredible Hulk.
Yeah, it's
Which
yeah,
one?
It's at a
Wait, which
distance.
one?
Yeah.
Which one?
The Edward Norton one?
No, the Incredible Hulk.
Yeah.
Not the Hulk. Or Hulk. I'm sorry, just Hulk.
Hulk,
Yeah.
Hulk is Ang Lee. The Incredible Hulk is with
Edward Norton.
Edward Norton. Yes. Why do you say it's like that Hulk?
I'm just saying when they say it's like a chapter 0, it's like
Yeah.
they didn't mean for the MCU to grow out of all that.
Oh, yeah.
Except it does. And this kind of ends up in that kind of way where it was probably meant to be another Snyderverse movie. And then at a certain point in production, they were like, all right, we're doing something
And it
different.
It looks different.
But
Like
that's-
the city looks
Well,
like
that
no other city you've seen.
We'll talk about the city right now, but this movie tonally would not have fit with the DCEU
No, it
at
doesn't.
all.
Absolutely
It really
not.
does.
It would've been
It feels like its own thing.
It would have been such a weird outlier in all of the Wonder Woman's, Man of Steel, Batman v Superman, Justice League, both versions.
Yeah.
What else is in that universe? Aquaman, Flash.
Aquaman.
Okay, guys.
Dude, I forgot Flash got one movie, and I've only seen clips of
That
it.
shit's horrendous.
HBO Max, is it not?
It should be, and then it should not be.
Right. It shouldn't be for the sake of humanity.
It should be in the what was it leaving soon section immediately.
Right.
Day one,
Yeah,
that shit is
I don't
terrible.
think this film would even fit in the DC universe at all. It would be weird if they would say do the whole entire movie and then the ending scene would
That's
be
what they would do. They would just
sneaking
say
in a
that
little
shit.
Batman or a little
Yeah.
Flash. Or I'm like, come on now. That's
It doesn't
cheap.
fit. Yeah, it
Right.
doesn't fit in there at all, man. It looks and feels
How was
different.
Lex Luthor? Where did you see that at?
It was like once again they had the was it
it the
Cord
cityscape
building?
going?
It was the skinny where they
Okay.
showed Cord for the first time.
I saw
LexCorp was right
Ally.
behind it.
Ally snuck an advertisement in there.
Ally is
It's like a financial company.
Oh, ALLY,
Yeah.
Ally.
is it an in-world one like
It's a
DC?
real- yeah,
What's a real life
real
one?
life
Oh,
app, yeah.
Well,
I
no,
don't
it's
know
not
why
real
you-
life. Tommy, I want to go back to your point.
Yes.
They introduced Palmera City.
City. Oh shit! What do we call it?
Was it Los Miami, Frica, Mexico,
San Los Miami.
San Los Miami, Panama, Puerto Rican, Dominicana, Washington Heights.
That's literally Sanchez's whole name.
In the comic book, he's just from El Paso.
Yeah, he's just from El Paso.
From El Paso Street.
Right, yeah.
And I saw, because Sam posted this a day early, I saw Carlos, a friend of the podcast, being like, thank a Puerto Rican director. This was filmed by a Puerto Rican in Puerto Rico.
Right.
And I was like, I guess they're visiting for a little. Nope, the whole movie is in that
Place.
Is in Palmera City. Nope.
Now look, I know. I'd say I'm intermediate when it comes to comics. I'm the medium difficulty.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Like you're
Like-
not going to know, like,
Yeah.
what shoelaces the Flash's favorites.
Right. I know a few obscure things.
Right.
Palmera City, I know, I believe it does exist. I don't know.
So,
many stories
so
that
the
take
thing
place.
in this world that I know,
Okay.
only related to this world, was that the director / the
Was
universe
in it.
wanted
Yeah.
Blue Beetle to have his own Gotham, his own metropolis.
Yeah.
So they invented Palmera City to stand in as his own city that he can control
like
and
that.
have a domain of.
Like, I gotta
El
get back to
Paso,
Palmeros.
there's a Chico's Tacos, and that's about it all to defend.
But on
Look,
the other hand,
It's not
he
gonna-
took away the Mexican superhero, and he's like, oh, he's Dominican now.
Well, no, but they did the Wakanda thing. They did the Wakanda thing, and they said no, Palmera City. It's all of them. There's Guatemalans in this movie. There's these guys are specifically from Mexico, which they say that plenty of times.
They don't have
These are
to.
Mexicans.
With a lot of
Which, God damn it, finally! I'm sorry.
I love it.
I talk about it, but like
Yeah.
Washington Heights, there's like once again 5 Dominicans in the U.S.
Right.
They get a whole movie. I'm happy for the Dominicans. Don't take it away from them. We need more movies, is what I'm saying. Let them. They get to Washington Heights, and then what other Puerto Rican
deserve
movies?
better.
And
Yeah,
there's
I
other
got
Puerto Rican movies. Oh, Lin-Manuel Miranda. Everybody's Puerto Rican in his
They
movies.
deserve better.
They just no, but they. but everybody's getting a slice. Everyone's
Yeah.
getting a slice of pie, and I love it.
I thought it's really weird that this movie has like the way they are right in the way that Sam is talking about it, because when it's like, oh, the grandma fought in the revolution, I'm like, what revolution?
That's what I was saying.
Did she fight like
the 70s?
Yeah, did she help Che Guevara in the?
I don't think she's old enough, right?
Along with Che Guevara, but I kept thinking, what year was this?
But then she had like the 1900s fucking braids.
That's what I mean.
I was like,
you're not that old.
Like Ponto Ville.
She's a fucking Far Cry 6 character. This is what this is.
and her holding the guns in the trailer, so we're not giving away too much there. Which once again, everything's in the fucking trailer.
By the way, there's
tread easy here.
There's so much about like what they talk about, because this movie is very in your face Hispanic, but it's also very covertly Hispanic. Like they get into a helicopter, I'm like, that's a Pinochet reference from Chile, like 100%.
Right. But so going back to Palmera City, though, it is the Wakanda treatment, but as you asked, it's not quite as successful. It's a lot harder to bring Hispanic people together unified. Where like all black people, a good chunk of them, a good chunk of black folk will be like, yeah, Wakanda, fuck yeah, let's do this, right? Yeah. Just as a communal thing in the U.S. Would you agree on that?
Yes.
Okay. So the Mexicans, the Puerto Ricans, Cubans, Dominicans are not going to be like fucking Palmera City, SA. Like we were kind of like that way.
The party.
Oh my God!
Hey,
Raider from Double Toasted. Wait, what?
With a party of 263.
Oh my God! I thought they started at 9. What happened there? Did they get done with their reviews that early, or did they start on time? Thank you, everybody. We're in the middle of Blue Beetle. Raid, what up, everybody?
Yeah.
We are reviewing Blue Beetle. We're talking about Palmera City and how Wakanda unified all the African Americans in the United States. We just started the review, so we're good.
I don't know if Palmera City's going to do that.
So Palmera City, I don't think it was going to do that. Tyler Khan did that. We're waiting for Namor to get out of legal troubles or go to jail forever and get a replacement. Let's hope.
What happened with
He allegedly assaulted, has been an assaulter, according to somebody who accused him. So he had an accusation thrown out of him. We don't know anything about it, but I'm just playing it fucking safe because...
Unlike Jonathan Majors, though, he's not going to trial, though.
Right.
Because the trial is going to clear, or might clear Jonathan.
Right.
This will not happen.
Well, yeah, we do not know. Do not know what to do. So Palmera City is like, hey, we'll show up right here.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, papi, let's do this, right? And so we are looking at them trying to develop that, and they do a pretty darn good job with it. Mostly because this movie, Marcos, as you brought up, is rich with Mexican, Hispanic, Latino, Cuban music.
Yes. It's a great sound.
It starts off with Atrévete.
Calle 13, Atrévete.
Atrévete. Like that song, amazing.
Yeah.
And then it comes right into La Chona, which is one of the best Mexican songs out there right now. It just continuously comes. And Selena's in there. Vicente Fernandez is in there. There's
Somebody made a reference like, oh, the trailer should have had Chente. And I'm like, he is.
Yeah, that was you. Yeah, you asked. You go, was Chente in there? Go, yeah.
Another
he was,
character.
Yeah. He was in the fucking transformation scene.
This is a mild spoiler, but it doesn't actually give anything away. But the dad is sad. And he's there drinking tequila.
That is the funniest scene. No, it's a scene like in this movie at the beginning that made me laugh my ass off. To where it's like, oh, you've been gone for a long time. This happened. He's like, what? And this happened. Oh my God.
It's
like,
actually
oh damn.
So common in Hispanic families. But the other thing is like it's a little heavy-handed where it reads off like Men in Tights. It's like, oh, and then your dog died. And then
Well, that's why I thought it was funny.
That's what made it funny. Yeah.
So in the movie, that's kind of the crux of the beginning. Well, we'll start there, and Jordan, I'll actually pass it to you in a little bit after this. So it starts off. Robbie Reyes comes back from college.
Yeah.
He's the first Reyes to graduate from college. He's a pre-law. He's doing good. He's done good for himself, and now he's going to come back home to the family. Yeah. And then once again, there is that Robin Hood Men in Tights scene of all the mishaps that have happened.
Yeah.
And now he's got to go save the family honor. And I felt that because I'm the youngest of 4 children, and I'm the one that is the last to know the bad news.
Yeah.
Because they're like, oh, I don't want you to worry, mijo. It's like, Mom, you're missing a tooth? Like that happened one time.
Your big toe got cut off? God damn it.
No, that was a true story. story. My mom lost a tooth, so my mom's on arthritis, and she's on so much pain medication that sometimes she'll like chip a tooth, or one will fall out, and she can't feel it, or it's like, oh, I gotta go get this replaced now. It's like, Mom, that's like major surgery. You gotta get like a root canal shit. Tell me about this stuff just so I know and be like, wish her well.
She went to urgent care last. So it's like, what?
Right.
Oh, I'm fine. It's like, what the fuck?
Right.
Yeah.
And so Robbie Reyes is not the youngest. He has a younger sister.
Yeah.
He's got his mom and dad living. He got grandma living there, and he's got essentially me, George Lopez, the crazy uncle, living on the couch.
Lopez.
I'm no George Lopez, but in the family, I'm that role. The younger brother.
Not as fun as George Lopez.
I'm not as whimsical as George Lopez is in this movie. Jordan, what were your first reactions to this movie, though?
Of the movie itself?
Yeah. Like when you walk out of the theater, what are your thoughts coming out of it?
I thought it was a solid film. I had no expectations going into this film because I don't know much about Blue Beetle. Like, I'm like the biggest comic book guy amongst these three, right? So among you three guys. So, but when I saw it, I was like, the jokes actually landed.
Right.
You know, it was solid jokes. There were corny parts, and I'm going to lay into that shit so hard.
We'll get into that. Yeah. And we're not doing any spoilers for now, but we will get into spoilers in a little bit.
Yeah, but I thought it was a solid film. I would say this as a solid film to watch. If you are not into DC, you want to do a DC reset,
it's
a solid film.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Well, and I don't want to give the impression I didn't like this movie.
Right.
I did.
You wanted it to be...
It was this close
the cherry
to
on top.
And for those coming in, joining us,
an aspect of this movie was just so close to being perfect.
Yes,
right.
It was almost Iron Man, the original Iron Man.
And that's what I walked into expecting, like a bad Iron Man.
Yeah.
I was not too hyped, and all the reviews that have come out for this movie are
7,
6 to 7.
6.5.
Yeah. So when I finally watched it, I'm like, I get why people are rating that.
Right.
There's an aspect of like, if you're not Mexican, like if you are Mexican, you're going to give it an extra point or two.
And not only that, if you are Mexican, Hispanic, Latino, whatever, Latinx, whatever you want to be, you're going to get more out of the movie. You just simply are, because there's things in there. Exactly. Yeah. There's just things in there for those communities, for that culture that people are not going to get. Even within the translations of some of the words, they'll say like, they'll be like, hold this, my son. And it's like, I don't know, how do you say hold this? Like, ayate cabrón. Like they would say a cuss word. Or they would say something there that was more, meant something different.
They said, for sure, because even the suit said this in this fucking point, parte la madre. Which and it would just be like kick his ass, and I'm like, that's not
what that translates to.
No.
But I will say this: at one point, I pointed this out. Is one of my biggest pet peeves is when they start talking their native language and then English. Like they'll say a sentence and they'll go back into English, right? But it has a balance to this that I actually appreciate.
Yeah,
right. It's not as egregious as some other properties.
Right.
Yeah.
I hate when they say their language and then say Spanish in a sentence and they jump back in English. I'm like, what?
Well, no, because that was like a big joke that comes with like Latina literature or like books about Latinos, where it's like, I was going home to mi Puebla, and all of a sudden, mi abuela greeted me with taquitos, and it's like a very inauthentic Spanglish that happens in this movie, and this movie avoids that. I would say 90% of the time.
Yeah.
The opening bit of the movie, there's a little bit, some of that. It's like, oh, he got his tacos. Now let's tell him the bad news.
Telling Tree,
What's Telling Tree?
9 out of 10. That's a little too high, bro.
Well, hold on. We're not doing ratings yet.
I'm not going to yuck anybody else's yums, but I will say that on the subject of what people are saying about it being a little too much, there is an aspect of. So I saw TMNT 2 weeks ago,
right?
And when the movie starts out, the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles are actually referencing Seth Rogen's childhood to a degree. Okay. Like the music and stuff is from the 80s.
Oh, okay.
And then I feel like at a certain point, because the movie is actually played by teenagers, they're like, no, we don't.
We can't do this.
Yeah. So they start talking about Drake and K-pop bands and stuff like that. And I'm like, this feels more normal if I was a teenager today.
Right.
And this movie does that to a degree where it's just like, it's really in your face, Mexican, but it's like, nobody says noob. Nobody says
right. It's still a victim of some of those types of things. Someone says, is the language okay for 6 to 8? Real quick, they drop a lot of shits and goddams in this movie. A lot of cabrones.
It takes full advantage of its PG-13.
Right. Yeah. Language-wise, it's not the best for children. Like,
there's also
I'm not a fan of also giving movies to children that have a lot of cursing in it because they're very impressionable.
I don't care
and if anybody, they don't got no goddamn sense.
I saw Scarface at 6.
I don't care about.
Fine.
But I will say, I don't care too much about the cursing because kids learned all those languages and they will use them or not use them.
Right.
The issue that I might have with Sum 68 is there's a transformation scene that is almost
that's Crowbert, some David Crowbert.
Yeah.
There's about 2 of them.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's a little Lovecraftian body horror.
Okay,
It's a little scary.
Yeah, they get into it a little bit, but there's some even worse moments of this scene.
tame.
Right.
That's the tamest part.
Yeah, they're cutting around a lot
It's
right
creepy
here.
as shit when it happens.
Actually, they show a little bit right
Actually,
there.
you know what? That part.
Well, that goes a little longer.
That scene there where he's screaming and it started to turn electronic a little bit. And I was like,
Yeah.
oh, that was a little freaky.
That was freaky to me too.
Where he's like,
Yeah.
I think in the trailer that's 20 seconds. In the movie, it's a good 6 minutes of watching.
And then his body goes limp and shit, and it takes over. It's just a weird fucking.
he's naked half the time in this movie.
Yeah,
Very
he's
Hulk
naked a lot.
and that's the thing with his superpowers also. So this is going to be an introduction to Blue Beetle for a lot of people.
Yeah,
a lot of
people don't know
a lot of the
that.
kids
I do know a little Blue Beetle.
A lot of the kids know him from the cartoon because he was in one of the
Teen Titans.
Teen Titans cartoon.
Young Justice.
Young Justice.
Just new Teen Titans.
Right, and then a lot of people know him from the Injustice games, the ones
Yes,
from
that's
those
how I
ones.
discovered him. Yeah.
So people kind of know that and that. So, but people don't really know Blue Beetle. I didn't know Blue Beetle.
It's a whole legacy too.
Right,
And
well,
I
yeah.
love the way they did it in this movie. By
Right,
the way.
yeah, because it's like an Egyptian scarab that got this white guy in the 50s, or this is when he was created or something.
They're not
No.
they're not Egyptian. They're alien.
And the original, the old Blue Beetle, did not have powers.
Really?
Not so that
checked out.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. He
There's-
was like a Batman type of superhero.
Okay,
And
so I
then
didn't know
later on, it got him to where it was a scarab and shit like that.
Right, so there's a lot of lore building. It is an origin story, but it's not dragged out like an origin story.
Not at all.
That's the thing.
Not at all.
I will also say, even if you read the comics, it's a different Blue Beetle. He's Jaime Reyes only in name, but he doesn't live in El Paso.
Okay.
Yeah.
You're
He's
not.
Mexican.
Yeah, you're not going to get into any of the intergalactic Green Lantern stuff that the comic is based on.
close to it.
Yeah.
Right, you get some of that, a smidge.
A tad. They can still go there. If
Right.
They want to.
And so my biggest question though is what are his powers? Because so here's what I
Green
saw.
Lantern light.
So here's what I saw.
Yeah.
Green Lantern light, little Superman-ish because he can fly.
Yes.
A little bit of kind of Thor-ish with electricity beams and things of that sort, or sonic
can do a
beams.
lot of shit.
Right.
Yeah.
So he's basically Miles Morales with a little bit more power.
He's like he's like Spider-Man with a lot more power.
It's more magical based, what a Green Lantern ring is, but it's basically anything that you can imagine you can make with a Green Lantern ring.
That's what I thought. That's what I know the Green Lantern is. That's all I really know.
And Blue Beetle, on the other hand, was basically they were trying to do that tech, but it's more tech based.
Okay.
So they
It's a mixture
can
of organic and tech.
so they can make things like that. Like when Bug Weasel says Iron Lantern, that's the best way to
Yeah, that's a great way
Yeah.
to describe
Right.
him. Yeah.
Agreed.
Okay, because you're watching this guy and it's like an Iron Man suit, but he's kind of quipping like Spider-Man, but he's got powers like the Green Lantern. So it's a lot all over the place.
That's the scene we got splashed in the first time.
Oh yeah, so once again, for those of you who are just
These
joining
fucking
us,
chairs skeeted on us.
I'm glad I cut away from you while you said that. We saw this in 4D, so they sprayed water on us. Our seats were shaking all over the place, and during this scene in particular, we were getting tossed
couldn't
like
concentrate
rag
'cause
dolls.
We were getting fucking tossed around.
Robbie Reyes, you're still. Why are we
Oh my
shaking?
God, the Texas Rattler.
Oh my god, yeah. Does he have John Cena power? No invisibility. No invisibility that I knew of. But so lots of Blue Beetle in this movie. And then you get to the familia, our Pueblas, our Casas, if you will. The family's great.
Yeah.
The dad's cool.
They're all great.
Mom is mom. Grandma is
Mom.
grandma.
Grandma's amazing.
Sister is little goth sister-ish.
Yeah,
or
she's cool, though.
edgy sister.
She's edgy.
Right? Gen Z kind of ish, I don't want to
Yeah,
go to
she would be
college.
Gen Z, yeah.
I don't want to be in debt the rest of my life.
Honestly, Jaime's the shittiest of all of them, and he's great.
Right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
just
He's the less interesting out of all of the characters.
is.
Right.
You still like him. He's very likable.
He kind of walked off the set of Cobra Kai, kind of actually.
You did. He saw your review and said, heard him say that he was a shitty actor, and he went to acting school.
What do you mean?
Oh, he's the guy from. He's in Cobra Kai.
Yeah.
He's that
Why did I
kid.
know
Yeah.
No, but the thing he got rid of from Cobra Kai, which he only did it in
weird-
one scene,
Yeah.
was his eye acting.
There was a lot of eyes.
What do you mean?
I got it.
It was soap opera level eye acting.
Yeah, during Cobra Kai. Here, not so
made
bad.
Cobra Kai almost unwatchable.
Right.
He got better as
he got better as it went along.
Isn't that what we love,
They
bro?
wrote him off.
Yeah.
They wrote him off for a couple episodes and sent him to acting school. Yeah. Remember he goes to Mexico and then...
Oh, I didn't finish that scene.
No, that's season 3. I thought you did see that one.
Didn't finish it.
Oh, damn.
I was like, I didn't get to him. I was like, I'm out.
Well, then you know he's at least gone for half the season.
I did.
Yeah.
I did.
Right.
Yeah.
But then you have the shining star in this movie. You really do. He, as we mentioned, Marcos, is in classic form.
Yeah.
Fucking George Lopez, man.
The best you've ever seen.
So, as we had to explain to you before the show, George Lopez, lately, a little bit of hot water. He took his kidney from his ex-wife and divorced her like immediately.
Oh, that's
right. That was a while ago.
No, but then you have that. His newest special wasn't okay. He yelled at he didn't yell at. He kind of dismissed the comedian named Ralph Barbosa, who's an up and coming Chicano comedian.
Yeah.
No, but he goes, who? Who's exactly? He did one of those. Who? That's nobody I need to know.
What's called? Because he goes on this podcast, and the podcaster is like, "Oh yeah, it's like our responsibility to help people." Like elevate them,
come up,
bit.
yeah.
And then George goes like, "No one helped me. I'm not helping anybody."
Right? He fucking he
It's an old dad way.
No, but who's the guy from Chips? Eric Estrada. He turned into Eric Estrada himself. Did you know he hated Eric Estrada?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a whole bit for the long.
Just wanted to make sure.
Yeah.
He did what?
So Eric Estrada, George Lopez loved Eric Estrada as a kid, and he went up to Eric Estrada and asked for an autograph. And Eric Estrada said, "Get the fuck out of here, kid. I'm not talking to you." And so he hated Eric Estrada all the way until he became a famous comedian, and then wrote a bit about how he fucking hated Eric Estrada. So now Ralph Barbosa comes up. He's a young up-and-coming Chicano comedian. Very good. He's very good.
It's me to fuck up.
And he kind of dismissed him, and he apologized since, and he's helped put him on and stuff like that.
I mean, you can't deny the kid's talent.
Yeah, no, Ralph Barbosa's amazing. Go check him out.
Yeah, I highly recommend.
And then I watched his most recent special, and Marcos, you saw his most recent special, and it was you didn't.
That was him.
That was you. George Lopez?
2019.
Yeah.
I saw him.
And it was the same old, I know, huh? I mean, like, hey, check it out.
He'll go, and he'll do some fucking
classic George Lopez.
Well, it's classic George Lopez, but it didn't really do anything to elevate the game like it did at the time.
Tucker tried to do a special.
Right.
It's bad.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, it was the people in the audience were laughing because they were getting George Lopez.
Right.
They were older. It was an older audience. You could tell.
You get to see George Lopez.
You get to see George Lopez.
Yeah.
But here they go, "Hey George, be kind of impish like a little brother, but you're also 52 years old.
Yeah.
But also you're kind of a super genius, but like an underachiever. But you're also a conspiracy theorist, and also you're kind of a sissy." Just a little bit.
But also you're kind of right about being like
a conspiracy theorist. Yeah. Your conspiracies are not unfounded when you say like Chicanos are being attacked like overtly.
Yeah.
Like he would say shit like that.
Yeah.
Displaced and gentrified and stuff. Even the sister says some shit like that where she's like, the rich people stay over there, and then when they want our neighborhood, they take our neighborhood.
Yeah.
Like on the other side of the tracks, they already bought everything out over there.
That's why this story actually fit in with today's time.
Yeah.
It fit too perfectly well. And I was like, come on.
And
You
even-
see the allegory
I know
in
we'll
this
get to
fucking
Susan
film?
Sarandon, but God damn.
Oh, you mean they wanted Sigourney Weaver?
Hoy, what did she say?
They
That was
did.
so-
Dude.
Hey, when you can't get Sigourney Weaver,
You get Susan Sarandon. That was the only thing I thought. But George
Brought
Lopez.
it.
But staying on George Lopez real
Yeah, we
quick,
will.
he's very good in this.
Yes.
He's very good in this.
It's the best
This is
he's
his
been in a
role.
movie.
Right.
This is his
Yeah.
role. This is his. He's the equivalent of Rue from Euphoria. That's her role specifically. This is his role for him.
He
Right.
could do this for years.
Right. Yeah, no, this is if he wants to retire on this and just do
I
this.
think that was his goal. He felt all of that.
You're right. We felt all of that in 4DX, man. It was crazy.
There's just an element of George Lopez, because he was in like Beverly Hills Chihuahua too. Like,
Right.
Forgot
Yeah.
about that. Thanks.
Yeah, like
Oh, you just made me realize this movie didn't have Cheech in it other than a bobblehead.
Yeah, you're right. And
But-
Sean.
Yeah. Hey, man, you got
I have a
superpowers,
funny
man.
point on that, but it's just like, so he does say yes to any role. But by the way, I think it's funny. The henchman in this movie is like, we need a Danny Trejo type, but just 3 years younger, not super young,
Right.
But like 3.
Bigger, slightly bigger. Yeah.
Look at this guy right here.
Who is this dude?
I have no idea.
Okay.
That guy before.
I've seen him before too.
I
Right.
just don't know his name.
He's
but I just
intense
seen-
as hell.
Yeah, let me
bet
look
he-
up the cast real quick. Go
Yeah.
ahead. But,
100%. I bet he's in Mayans without looking at.
oh yeah. Oh, I know you're right.
Yeah, I think so. That might be what I know.
Let me see if I can find it.
If you're right, which I'm sure you are,
So it's Raul Trujillo. Let's see. Apocalypto, Blue Beetle, Black Fox, Mayans MC. There it is.
There you go. Yeah.
There it is. Let's see here.
Good call. Good call.
Yeah, this dude's intense as shit.
If the
1955.
Mayans was so desperate for Mexicans that they got El Jefe from NoFX, I'm like, that dude 100%.
Yeah, he's got a roll.
So yeah, we got
As mean as he looked, 100%.
yeah, we got Sicario,
That's a
Day of the
scary looking
Soldado, Sicario, the original one, Blue
Oh, I
Beetle,
remember him in Sicario now.
I did too.
Apocalypto.
Cowboys and Aliens, Blade Knife. That's a good name.
Blade Knife. He was Blade Knife in this. We got Machete. We got Blade Knife.
Can we get a movie with him versus Danny Trejo?
I mean, we're running out of time. Danny Trejo's very elderly.
So we got to get it done.
And he's too busy doing goddamn Regal commercials.
No, he's
Dude, the
better-
Machete movie was like 10, 12 years ago.
Oh, shit.
So, and in that movie, he doesn't fight.
Right.
Do you remember the opening part of the
I didn't
movie where
watch it.
where he fights someone in an alley and then it's like, I bet I can win. And all he does is he dodges a punch and the guy punches like the metal stairs and then he hits him once. Like it's just really slow.
Man.
Dude, it was not a Seagal slow. I'd even go as far as a Liam Neeson taking three slow. No, Liam Neeson. No, Danny Trejo's 79 years old, man. He can only go.
Is he really?
He's 79 years old and like 5'6". He's not that big, but they make him look massive and they make him look tough as
They
shit.
always do. They always do.
He has resting bitch face.
He's an old man.
Yeah, he's an elderly man. He dyes his hair super
He's like
black.
the same age as Danny Glover.
Fucking yeah. Let me see. Hold on. Edward James.
They had to have done a movie together, right?
Riggs. No,
But like Edward James Olmos, shit. I mean, he wasn't in this movie. He couldn't be the dad
How old is
anymore
Edward James Olmos?
because he is
Isn't he in
76
trouble?
years old.
So he's younger?
He's younger than Danny Trejo.
What the fuck?
What's that guy?
Yeah,
that was
Goliath is right real quick. Danny Trejo, yeah, he's got a taco and donut empire. He's fine.
And beer, yes.
And now he's got cervezas. Yeah, that's
what
right.
about the guy? He's in the new Mission Impossible. He played the bad guy.
I forget his name.
You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, I do.
S.A. Morales.
Yes.
Isai Morales.
Isai Morales, yeah.
Danny was
Fucking, what's his
How
name?
old is he?
Let's check it out.
He looks young though.
He looks great, yeah.
Great.
Isai Morales, let's see. When is his? 62, so how old is he now?
I'll take that.
Ever.
He's 60 years old.
60, yeah.
Yeah, fucking,
Goddamn.
not
I'll take
Richie.
that.
Shit,
Not Richie,
he's
what's
in
his name?
action
Bob.
Scenes with Tom Cruise.
Yeah.
Who's also like 60.
Right. Fucking
Doing shit like
Christ.
that. Yeah.
Hold on, I gotta check one more. He's not Latino, but he counts. Lou Diamond
Lou Diamond
Phillips.
Phillips counts. He's honorary.
He's Filipino,
He's
but
honorary.
Dude, I haven't
but
seen
he's
that.
61 too.
I haven't seen that guy in a movie since like Route 66.
Bats for me.
Wait, Lou Diamond Phillips?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Lou Diamond Phillips wasn't he in Doctor Strange? No, that was the other guy.
Yes, he was.
Wait, is that? Yeah, it was
He
him.
was in Doctor Strange, yeah.
Yeah, he was the guy that fixed himself, and he's like, "Hey, leave me alone."
Chewie tail Ejiofor kills him.
That's right.
I don't even remember him.
Let me see. Yeah, I want to make sure it was him. My brain is
It's either him
betraying
or
me.
Essa. Getting them mixed up.
Hold on.
Oh,
It wasn't him. That was the other guy from Miss Congeniality. Who's that guy?
Benjamin Bratt.
Benjamin Bratt.
There ain't
He is Mexican, right?
there ain't no fucking
Yeah.
way Young Guns 3 is ever happening.
Funeral fire.
They ain't young, though. Old Guns is not happening.
So what we're saying is
That was Benjamin Bratt. That was on you.
that was on me. That's on me.
That's rough.
That's on me too. I'm running out of my elderly Latino actors, man,
Now I'm
or
saying they do
Filipino
kinda
actors.
look alike, though.
All we have are elderly Latino actors.
That's what I'm
until
saying.
now, though. So it was pretty nice
We
to
got
see
a
these.
beginning of a next generation happening.
Right, because like that's the thing. We had that other girl too that's in here. The
fuck.
what's her name? Well, so we have
sister?
Belisa Escobedo. She's pretty good
She's
as
good.
as sister.
This is good.
Then you have I never heard of this girl, Jenny Cord,
Look, man.
Bruna Marquezine.
Yeah,
Look,
I didn't know she was Brazilian. I was like,
she's
oh,
terrible.
Yeah, she,
By the way, like, is she supposed to be? Because Cord is blonde, 100%.
So
Yes,
so
she's
she's
very
half
blonde. She's
Brazilian, half
blonde,
white.
Brazilian, yeah.
Oh, they do say that on the Instagram. Yeah, but it's just kind of one of those things where I'm like, I like that they didn't do the.
There's got to be some nepo baby shit happening here, right?
Let's see here.
It's not
Well,
good.
besides that, I just
Yeah.
like that this movie is like didn't do like, Well, the Mexican has to fall for a blonde lady, right?
Yeah,
Mexican American.
That's what they did, making her like connected to all this was I like that, and I like that they did make her Brazilian.
Right.
Like, you know.
Right. They brought.
Except she's
Wait,
not
but I
that good of an actor.
But I was so confused when she came in, like when she was first introduced into the movie.
Yeah, I was
'Cause
hella
like,
confused.
Wait a minute.
What is it, an
Serena's
accent?
Caucasian. What at this? I knew she wasn't Caucasian. She doesn't
Yeah,
look
I was
it.
trying
But
to
I was like,
pinpoint
now
it,
I
right?
get it.
Right.
That's why I was like, now I get it.
Well, they gave her as many of the trappings of a Caucasian as possible.
Yeah, they
did.
They try to make her like, okay, look it, we're gonna lighten you up a little bit, we're gonna straighten your hair.
Dua Lipa.
Yeah, we're gonna play to your kind of Albanian looking, vaguely ethnic, you know.
Try not to have the accent to confuse people.
But she is truly Brazilian. She is a Brazilian
I can
actress.
hear the Portuguese
heard it.
accent.
Right.
Yeah,
I heard it.
The scarab. She had a hard time saying the word
did.
scarab. But
And
she.
I like how the Mexican family accepted her.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Sammy.
They actually did give her some shit when she showed up, and I'm like, all right,
She's
that's
gonna be
good.
the
You've been
outcast,
doing
but
that.
they
You
still
helped
accept
us.
her.
You helped us.
Yeah, but
You're part
right
of
off the bat when she shows up,
Yeah,
like,
they gave us shit.
Yeah.
Oh shit! Fuck it, I'm looking at the cast. Becky G, the singer, is Kajida, the voice in the head.
Nice.
That's nice.
I like
she was a
that.
pink ranger, yellow ranger. She was a yellow ranger.
Yellow Ranger.
Right. So she's a good singer.
a
She's
minute.
popular. What's up?
In the movie. Yeah.
Yes, Becky
was
G.
the voice?
She was the voice of the robot in his head.
Voice,
Boy, I thought that was a Caucasian woman.
I did.
Yeah, no, yeah, she played it completely straight and
Becky G
narrow.
was not
You know what?
Was she a ranger?
No, she's
In the-
kind of.
No, was she a ranger?
Yeah,
You said
ranger.
yellow.
Yeah, we said yellow ranger. Yeah.
In the
I did
movie.
not know that.
In the redone one. Yeah.
Oh, okay. I'm like,
And nobody
what?
saw.
Yeah, I fell asleep during that movie, man.
not great.
I love Power Rangers
And I
as a
love it
kid.
too.
As a kid, you know.
Same.
Harvey Guillen is in there as well. Harvey
I know
Guillen is
Harvey
great.
Oh, what comes from the shadows?
Guillermo,
What we,
yeah.
what we do in the shadows.
Love that guy.
I didn't
Oh, that
know
was the other Mexican actor. I'm like, this dude is just in everything at this point because he
needs
was
to
in
He needs to be.
The Last Wish, Puss in Boots, The Last Wish.
Oh, that's right.
Right.
Yeah, he plays Perrito, and then he's actually been killing it in What We Do in the Shadows.
Yeah, people
he's a great
love
character.
him, dude.
Yeah, because
This season is great, and he's a big part.
They haven't had a bad season yet.
They haven't.
haven't.
This one is, I think, might be the best one so far. Yeah.
But season 1, he's such a little bitch, and
his
it's
character has just evolved.
he's the
He's
biggest.
the heart of the story. Yeah.
He's the biggest badass of that show.
He is.
Yeah.
Also, I'd never heard of the mom, but she's in some big shit.
She's in a lot of shit.
Elpidia Carrillo. She's a Mexican actress, but no, as of recently,
Mexican
Blue Beetle,
Roseanne?
Guillermo del Toro's Cabinet of Curiosities, Tax Collector, Euphoria, Maya's FC,
Yeah.
7 Pounds, Tortilla Heaven, that movie, if you remember
Bro,
that one.
her role in Guillermo
the
del
show.
Toro's show is like 3 scenes.
But still,
But I will say that
yeah, she's in
she was pretty
Euphoria
cool.
the show.
No, scroll up some more.
Scroll up some more.
Because I could have thought she was like in Resurrection.
Predator 2.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
I thought so. I was like, I feel like she was in a lot of shit back in like the 80s.
Miami Vice.
Was she in Jacob's Ladder?
She was
Is
in
that the same
Predator.
one?
Yeah, the original Predator. Was she the woman?
Yeah.
In Predator? No shit.
She was in Jacob's Ladder?
I don't know. Is that the same actress?
Jacob's Lat. I don't know. We're in
That would
the
be in the early 90s.
early 90s. No.
No.
Well, I mean, this is movies. It
Different
could be.
actors.
Oh, well, this is all everything.
Bro, how the fuck is this real?
What are you talking about?
No, because they were like, look it up. Like, Young Guns 3 is a movie that
Get
does
the
it.
fuck out of here.
What's this movie? I've never heard of it.
It's called like Guns 3. Like, they just took away the young.
Took the younger one.
Alias Billy the Kid.
What movie is it?
That'd be false advertising.
These are just guns now. They're not young anymore. So what is Young Guns?
Young Guns is
Old cheesy ass western from the 80s.
Yeah, it's about Billy the Kid, and like Bon Jovi is
It
in the
was basically
soundtrack.
the Brat Pack doing an action movie, doing a western basically. Yeah.
Emilio Estevez, Keith Sutherland, Lou Diamond Phillips, Charlie Sheen, Dermot Mulroney, and Casey
so
No
fun.
one knows
Sinemasco.
what happened to the last guy.
Small thing. We know Lou
She was in Man on
Diamond
Fire.
Phillips. Lou Diamond Phillips is not Native American, right?
It's Filipino.
He's Filipino,
Yeah.
right?
Right.
Do you think people nowadays will be upset because they didn't actually cast a real Native American for this film?
I mean, you kind of know better now, but they
should.
I mean, look at Ramirez from Aliens 2.
Yeah.
But that's
Rachel
what
Ramirez.
makes-
Yep.
She was a Jewish woman in brown face.
I mean, that's what makes Reservation Dogs so good. Is like it took 50, 60 years to us to get like, all right, we're gonna pull a whole bunch of
Velasquez, I'm sorry.
Native Americans for it. Even then, Reservation Dogs, you got 29-year-olds playing 16-year-olds because of how hard it is to find actors.
Right.
No shit.
Jordan, this is a Jewish woman. She was in Titanic drowning with her children, and she was a redhead in that same scene.
Yeah.
That is not a Hispanic woman. But Vasquez from Aliens 2. So they didn't know any better, or maybe they did and didn't care.
John Wayne
but
played
that's why
Genghis
this movie
Khan.
is so important. And we'll get to final thoughts when we get to spoilers.
Right.
But that's why we get to final thoughts. That's why this movie is so important, because we could have more of this. We could have more of Emma Stone playing half Asian. We could have Scarlett Johansson playing Japanese.
Good,
Or continue to play her trans character that she got canceled to playing.
Who is this?
Scarlett Johansson.
Oh, she was upset about that.
She was going to play a trans character, and
she got
mad about it. She's
mad.
like, okay, I'm not going to do it.
Oh yeah, well then fine. Don't do things you're not supposed to be doing or unauthentically.
She did Ghost in a Shell. She was already on a bad streak.
Right.
I guess she was like, fuck
I think the correct word is little people. Like they do get mad that they're like.
Well, they got pissed at Wonka.
That's
the
what I
most
was gonna
recent
say.
movie.
Well, not even the most recent one. The last one also.
Oh, is Deep Roy just one guy multiplied 1,000 times with CG? It's like, that's our role. God damn it.
That role is problematic as fuck.
Right, so that's the thing. But that's what they've historically got. They can't all be Tyrion Lannister.
They should
It's
be.
Peter Dinklage. No, Peter Dinklage is the best.
Peter
He is the
Dinklage has
best,
also
but,
said
like-
he doesn't play those roles.
That's what I'm saying.
Right.
And
But
I
on
wish
the other
it-
hand, there's a
the way it was.
what's the WWE wrestler that plays the leprechaun?
Hornswoggle?
Hornswoggle auditions for every little person role, and he's like, "Dude, I just want to work, and
Right.
I can't get."
sucks.
Yeah.
Like, you know,
And then you got Wee Man running around doing comedy, which is great. No, not Wee Man. There's another one. There's two of them that I get confused. I forget. Point is,
you would not.
point is, you shouldn't be calling a person Wee Man unless he wants to be called that. But that was where we were in my
Warwick
upbringing.
Davis made it too.
Warwick Davis, yeah.
It's a legend.
Peter Dinklage is the new toxic.
And Willow.
Yeah, Willow. Yeah.
Peter Dinklage is the new Toxic Avenger. We'll see how that works out.
Who is?
Peter Dinklage.
Toxic
Brad
Avenger?
Acuna, yeah, that's right.
How?
Like they have an image.
I saw it. But
Yeah,
Like,
it's Peter Dinklage. Peter Dinklage is playing the new Toxic Avenger.
okay.
Toxic Avenger. Wait, what?
I'm with it.
Images.
There it is.
That's Peter Dinklage. There you go. Toxic
Okay.
Avenger.
What the fuck is that?
I'll watch it.
But point is, yeah, recipes for Troyer. But if we're talking about representation and doing it right, this movie, going back to this movie real quick after our little sidetrack, does it right. This movie does it really good, and there's a lot of love and affection done to the storytelling in this movie.
You always land on your feet.
To these characters, to characters that we don't know.
We don't.
And so the fact that this is an origin story for a new character, it's in a world that is shot pretty vibrantly, pretty well.
Colorful. Yeah.
They love their purple.
They love their purple.
Yeah.
They're vaporwave-esque, Miami-esque 80s colors.
With holograms.
Holograms, things of that sort.
What year is this film?
We don't know.
But then there's also like a barrio in there, like that's like once again, it's like Puerto Rico, but also East Los, but also Mexico.
Like Miami. This
Right.
Yeah, I was actually about to say, like, if you go to South Miami and then just cross the street.
You know what this scene reminded me of? And I keep harping on the city because I just love kind of world building, and I love shit that just, it's off. Like, you know, this clearly isn't our world. This is another one. It reminded me of the city in the Romeo and the Baz Luhrmann Romeo and Juliet.
Oh, that's right.
It was clearly like an alternate Mexico City,
Right,
L.A.
Right, like this is like San Francisco right here.
Yeah,
like with the buses and everybody, you know. So it's like we don't know where this
I
is.
have no fucking
But
clue. The house is by the beach.
It's like we're in San Francisco. Like where the fuck are we?
Right.
There was no trolleys.
Right. If this was a trolley, it might have been more San Francisco. But that's the thing. So this movie succeeds in a lot of ways. But Tommy, where was the thing, without spoiling it, that it fell short on? Because you said this was everything but. Was it just some of the acting?
You can't talk about that. That's the ending.
Oh, is it the ending that?
It's just the cheesiness, man.
Really? So like,
cringe to me.
What parts were like cheesy to you without spoiling too much, or like, give me the inference?
I mean,
unless you want to just go into spoilers.
You know, I got one.
Yeah.
It was a Revenge of the Sith moment. It was a no.
Oh,
and it
okay.
was the Brazilian actress being like, "What the?"
Oh yeah,
what the?
You turned to me and you were like, "She's not a good actress." And I was like,
"She's
oh,
terrible,
okay.
man."
There is an aspect of it where it's a little too heavy-handed with the Mexicanness at times.
Right. Yeah. I would say that's early on, and then every so often.
But like the scene that you just showed, where he's like outside in a suit, what was before that, and his family is cheering him on, but he's wearing a suit, and when he goes to the front desk, they're like, "Oh, the package is in the back." I'm like, that's
like stereotypical
message.
cliche in the bed.
Right.
That's too bad. Like that one was just like you didn't need to do that. No.
But then also getting his name wrong, Jamie.
You need to go to the
As opposed to Jaime. That's more accurate.
That one
but
is
you could have
fine.
left that in.
Could've left that
took
in.
out the
Yeah,
delivery
the
thing.
Yeah.
You know. And like
Yeah.
and them having one car, that is a running gag. You know, in the movie they set up certain things, so
Well,
that's why they all show up.
This
Go ahead.
This is a part, and this is a mild spoiler. He ends up with 2 trucks at the end of the movie, but with the way that they're parked, I turned to Jordan, and I was like, "Oh, it's gonna look like Paco's front yard very soon."
Our friend Paco has a bunch of beat up cars parked in the front of his car that are half project
Nice.
cars.
I'm like, what's wrong with these cars? Why are they just sitting here? Just sell these.
It'll be a nice car, but with a bunch of weeds under the tire well. Like, it's a nice car. You just got to
it's
finish
been there
working
for a
on it.
while.
It's so nice. I'm like, you guys just dumb down the fucking value.
No, fuck that.
Fix the
You know
belts.
what? Fuck that. Look, that's not a stereotype for just Mexicans. You should see my house in LaGrange. It's 4. We got an Impala, a Dodge Ram, and another Impala.
Yeah, bro,
So it happens.
I don't mean to bring you down, but Paco's front yard has
Oh my
8
God.
or
8
9 cars. 8. One of them is an Impala.
He has a Beamer, a Hummer, a
Really?
Dodge truck, and I'm like, and then he has that
a dealership.
new car.
It's
car he's driving around? Like a
it's a
Altima
Chevy, whatever the mid-sized car is
I'm
now
like,
too.
God damn it.
Oh my
Right.
God.
Actually, what
Are
we've
they
read.
for sale?
Right.
No, his dad is fixing them.
Right. Real quick though, Telling Tree and Ricardo, actually Shadow Shogun and Telling Tree asked the fight scenes. I forgot to mention that. Besides being tossed around to oblivion while they were happening and we were laughing,
Yeah.
a little biased there because we were enjoying ourselves because we were in the 4DX seats.
Yeah.
They were shot pretty well in my
They
opinion.
were. I thought
So like it's a little slower for some of like the kung fu combat stuff, but it's pulled back so you can see it.
You can see what's happening.
You can see
Not a lot of cuts.
Robbie
No.
fucking people up at
They're
times.
just tossing
It kind
motherfuckers
of
in the
reminds me
walls.
of the first season of Daredevil in that hallway scene.
Yeah.
Yeah, it
It
is
kind
a
of
scene
reminds me of
similar
that.
to
Right. Not-
That
It's
type
not
of
as
style.
cool, but
yeah, it's not as
yeah.
cool, but I like it.
Yeah.
Right.
It is fun.
And
It's
one
passable.
Of
Yeah, it is
I think it's
passable
better
for
than
sure.
passable. I think it does what I always ask.
Okay.
Is it pulls the camera back so I can
Lets you
see
see
it.
things.
It's not cut to shit.
Taken 3.
It's not cut to shit where it's not like, hey, boom, 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 action. Right, exactly. It's not this, right?
Yeah.
I wish they would have done more of it. I feel like they actually cut it just to do the flying action scenes.
Right.
They
With the
did,
villains.
yeah.
Right. They wanted to fly more than to fight.
They
Because flying is
absolutely did.
cheaper because CG's cheaper than the choreographed fight scenes.
Yeah.
But the fight scenes were pretty good because Carfax, that motherfucker is brutal as shit. The bad guy. I forget the fuck it was his
What was
name.
Omac?
It's Carpax.
Omax.
Oh, my
Carpax.
nigga, what's
Comac.
Omac. He had like 3 names,
No,
right?
it was
Yeah, he did.
It was Carfax.
No, wait, Omac is the name of the
suit.
What?
But his name was like Carlos Carjack.
Conrad Carapax.
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 Carfax. Let's just call him
yeah.
Carfax.
The issue with the fight scenes is not any of the effects. The effects are actually very good for what we get. The issue is and ends up being that because this is a superhero origin movie, which it's not, but it is in the sense of like he doesn't know how to fight from 99% of this movie.
Right.
So it's the whole. Like, you've already seen this in Iron Man, though. Oh, I don't know what to do with my busters.
It's exactly what it's like. Yeah.
Yeah.
But I think they have it's a very cheap way around it, but they have a way around it to where it's like, oh, we don't have to worry about that.
Right.
Let's get to this.
He's got fucking kill mode on from
Basically, yeah.
Spider-Man Homecoming. So
Exactly.
it's like, no, so I enjoyed it. I gave it credit for that. Let's go into ratings, then we'll go into spoilers. So, Tommy, I'm going to pass it to you first. It's your show.
7.5.
7.5.
7.5.
What keeps you from giving it to 8?
It would have had an 8.5 if it would have left that cheesy shit and the actress that plays.
I know you about to talk about. I know what you about to say. That cheesy shit. I know what you about to talk
Yeah, I'm not even going to spoil it. But
We'll talk about it in a little bit.
Yeah. But like it just fuck me. It took me out. Like it took me completely the fuck out. I was like, all the goodwill you built up, because it's some emotional shit that happens in this movie.
Right.
That got me. I know it got you.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm like, fuck, man. All right. And then they double down on that in the most. It becomes satirical. Like,
Yeah, it
it's a
kind of
spoof
gets a little
itself.
heavy.
It becomes a spoof of itself.
Right.
And it's just like, you didn't have to do that. You
Right.
had it, and you literally just tossed that shit in the river. And it's just like, fuck? Why did you do that?
Right.
This would have been. I would have given this shit like a 9. It was on the verge.
It was on the verge of a 9. Yeah.
And they did that shit, and I'm like, that's unforgivable.
Damn. Marcos.
But hey, look, bright side. It's not Marvel. It probably will not drop. Probably it won't raise either.
It won't raise,
but it won't drop. It will. It's solid. I'm solid at that 7.5.
Right.
Yeah.
Jordan, I'll go pass it to you because I know you were saying that 9 was too high. That somebody in the chat gave it a
Absolutely
9. What did you give
high.
it?
7.
7.
It's
Okay.
a solid start.
Solid start
for the James Gunn.
That's
non James Gunn.
There were 2.
He took credit.
Yeah.
There were literally 2 cheesy parts in this film that I just kind of rolled my eyes. And Mark, I know he probably saw me kind of roll my eyes.
I saw you.
Yeah, I saw you. But there were 2 cheesy parts, and there was something else that irked the fuck out of me too. I'll wait, but I would give this a solid 7.
Solid 7.
This is on the same level as Eternals, in my opinion.
I like the Eternals.
You like the Eternals. I like the Eternals too. Marcos, what about you?
So I want to put one caveat on this. As a normal viewer, if you see it, the problem is the cheesiness is right at the end where it hurts the ending because it doesn't conclude everything in a soft, like, sealing the envelope.
Right.
It's, like I said, this is like a 98-yard run, and at the 2-yard line, they threw the football out of bounds.
Yeah. Right. It really is, man. It was like you didn't have to do that.
Right. Just run it in.
That's all you have to do.
Right.
Is this Tony Romo fumbling the ball? Is that what this is?
The butt fumble.
The butt fumble. The butt fumble was bad from the beginning. This was like, all right, you won me over. You're doing great. You're doing great. I will say that there are aspects of this that you will appreciate this movie a lot more if you are Mexican. You will appreciate this movie a lot more if you know about history, because like they allude to random stuff where it's just like,
Guatemalan fucking
the Guatemalan Revolution. We killed communists, and I'm like, oh, I know it exactly when you're talking about.
Right.
Like that's Chile and Pinochet, and you take so much out of it historically, and then just culturally, where it's just like, be nice to mijo. You don't have to tell him everything right off the bat.
Right.
Like you get more out of it if you're Mexican. So if you're Mexican, it's 8. If not, it's a 7.
But here's the thing: you can use that same logic for Black Panther, right? So I think doesn't that obscure your vote, your rating a little bit because you are Mexican? Because you can say the same for Black Panther, right? Because we're black. I mean, we're gonna give it an 8, but in actuality, the movie's a 7.
Right.
I don't want to besmirch his name, but there is a man on this podcast that gave Spider-Verse extra points because of its representation.
That wasn't me.
TJ.
Oh, that's right.
I can't do that.
And now a visual.
I love Spider-Man.
It's a good movie. I like it.
But I mean, there are aspects like if you watch Into the Spider-Verse too, where the mom and dad are having communication about like, oh, why is the white woman addressing me? Like, it is very funny. Yeah, and it is funny even if you're not in that culture, but it's extra funny if you're in that culture.
And look, Black Panther we like because all black cast first time we saw that shit.
Yeah.
But we don't have like this version for us.
Right.
That's what I vote a Static Shock movie next. Make a Young Justice. Just so.
It sounds fun.
That, because I want this, Jordan. I want like a scene where the motherfucker puts something in the microwave and just hits the 30-second button until it's ready. I want real representation. I want a cocoa butter joke.
Right.
I want that. Like, I really want that.
And we got a lot of that in this movie.
You have that.
Look, I mean, not a spoiler.
I want a mud. Goddamn Tyler Perry cornering the mud dish shit. It's other mud dish. I hate that shit.
Right. No, but like,
black thing.
no, but this movie had a fucking Vicks Vapor Rub fucking reference.
That's what I'm saying, man.
Right. And so, by the way, a visual representation of Marcos's rating right there. Just didn't quite do it. Just threw it away right at the end.
And
I have a weird. Like somewhat racist question to ask. What is the broke black food? Like for Mexicans, it's putting hot dogs in the microwave. Like you cut it
noodles, cutting hot dogs into ramen noodles.
Oh, okay, so that's universal.
It's hot dogs. It's hot dogs.
Ours
is
hot dogs.
Sandwiches.
Sandwiches.
Yeah.
Syrup sandwiches is not in my repertoire.
No, we have butter tortillas. That's ours.
Yeah,
that's the equivalent of the syrup sandwich.
Okay.
Yeah.
Fried bologna slices.
Yeah.
So with Black Panther though, we dressed up. We dressed up like King Zamunda.
The fashion is fly.
Right, the fashion is fly. But do you think that Hispanics will do something similar to that for the premiering?
We'll dress like T-Mobile representatives. Just fucking cut the eyebrow, fucking slick our hair, tight ass
Fuck
fucking
no.
polo.
You take that back, Serenity.
Hot water cornbread? No.
Tyler Perry.
Tyler Perry Static Shock.
Oh my God, 2025.
Ooh. What's that detective movie he was in? David Cross. Something
yes,
Cross.
Alex Cross.
Alex Cross.
Alex Cross, yeah.
There,
That shit's terrible.
there is an aspect of like me and Sam do look like George Lopez in shorts and a t-shirt.
No shit, right? He went to no. Here's the thing though. He went to a fucking special event in goddamn shorts. It's like, put the pants on, cabrón. Like, stupid asshole.
He's gotta be himself.
Y'all resented him with that awkward stance too. It's like,
Oh yeah. He had lumpy ass like panza out, legs all skinny and shit, socks super high. The higher the socks, the
why
downer
is
the
he hunch
full.
over and his crotch is all in the air? Like, what is up with that?
There's so many balls jokes in this too.
Oh, it is.
God. Anyway, to my review, because you gave it, let's see,
7.5.
7.5.
7 and then
7,
8 if you're Mexican.
8 if you're Mexican, and then you give 7. So you guys are agreeing with the consensus, as it were.
Right.
Fuck all y'all. I had way more fun than you guys did in this movie, man. So this is the movie I've been asking for. And Tommy, you didn't think that Warner Brothers, you didn't think that DC was going to deliver. And you put that seed of doubt in my head, and I was a little worried about it.
This was an accident. This was not purposely done.
No, it wasn't an accident. Definitely the director took the reins.
No. The director did his job.
Not Zaslav.
No, because they weren't paying attention to it, and they ended up with a good ass movie that they knew they could sell.
Well, no,
It's a good
that's the fucking problem.
Yeah.
Was that if
they didn't believe in it at all.
If they had their shit together, this could have been a bigger tentpole.
If this would have replaced Flash, should have been done. You should have gave us Batgirl. Flash should have been a thing written off for tax purposes because that shit is
right.
And it's now the biggest superhero flop in history.
Right.
And it fucking deserves to be because it's that goddamn bad.
And what happened was this was ready earlier, right? This got pushed back because with the writer's strike going on, it can't be promoted.
Nope.
So that's shit out of luck right there. It's in between two different mega franchises that was built for one, but is establishing another.
It's a whole
and so if you were aware of that, which a lot of comic book people are, the people who would want to go see a Blue Beetle movie are aware of, they're going to say, well, I'll just skip it or I'll wait till it goes on DVD or home or Max or whatever the fuck. DVD. What am I, elderly? And so when it comes on VHS, and so coming soon to VA home theaters. Anyway. Right. And so this movie, I fear, is doomed to fail in that regard, in that broad spectrum. But this movie does not deserve it because this movie is made with a lot of love. Go ahead, Tommy.
It is made with absolute love. No, word of mouth is what makes movies like this successful.
Right.
But I do think that Sam is right. This is going to fall in the same realm of Suicide Squad. Where
I don't think Suicide Squad was during the pandemic. That was its.
I know, but this is
would have had word of mouth.
I understand that like Suicide Squad failing was not entirely because of normal circumstances.
Right.
It was at the COVID.
Yeah.
But I think this is also not normal circumstances because if you're an average movie girl, a person, not a nerd like us, like DC has made 3 flops and like how long has it been since Suicide Squad?
Right.
Like Suicide was like the best one
because Suicide Squad was great, but then even like Wonder Woman 2 was not great.
No,
right.
2 Aquamans maybe.
Oh, there's gonna be another Aquaman coming out. It's gonna fuck up this mojo.
It's gonna fuck up this.
You know,
mojo.
because this
that
movie
does not need to be released.
Right. I'm gonna say this review. My review is as such.
Yeah.
This movie is going to be a hit for those who watch it. The people the Mexican audiences that do catch this.
That's a big movie going population.
Where the George Lopez's of the family are going to say, Grandpa, Dad, take the kids, take the young ones. We have to come see it because the Mexican families aren't going to care about the cursing. No. They're not because they cuss. There's nothing egregious. There's nothing egregious in this movie that will take you out of it. The violence is there, and the action is there. Yeah. The references are there. The cultural importance are there. The history is there for a bunch of different countries: Guatemala, fucking Mexico, Chile. They reference a bunch of things. Even in the beginning, there's like there's like a little.
They don't
highlight of all the previous things,
but I'm 90% sure this movie happens in like Key West in a way,
right? Yeah,
they say
Florida area.
Yeah.
Well, they said like the Keys. They call it the Keys, right? So, it's set in Miami, Florida-ish, but it's Palmera Avenue, whatever. Right. So, Los Domingo, El San Antonio, Fransokio, right. And so I adore this movie. I don't care about the cheesiness. it was at the end where I was already happy. I was just like, all right, let's get out of here, baby. Let's get out of here. I'm full.
All right.
You gave me a lot of things I wanted. You gave me some good action. Zola Maridueña, that's the thing. He's coming into his own a little bit, and giving him a franchise and letting him participate in the other things is only going to make him a better actor. And any complaints that you have about actors not doing it, especially the younger ones, especially the Brazilian actress, they haven't been given the fucking reps. They need reps like this to have bigger projects.
Well, he got his reps on Cobra Kai.
Well, yeah, exactly. No, but he had 3 seasons, and he's still working it out.
Away.
Right. So that's the thing. You're giving them the reps. You're putting them with very strong other Latino actors, Brazilian actors. You're giving them money, and so they did everything to set this up for success, but release it at the right time, but promote it the right way because they can't, and they did it. They did it in the interim between 2 major cinematic universes. Yeah. So this is, as someone said in the chat, I think it was Key, this is going to be chapter 0, but how many people read the prelude to the big major comics, right?
Yeah,
this might set up a few things. It's going to set up LexCorp. It's going to set up a couple of the other things that you saw. And if they're going to exist in this world already, and people are going to miss out because this is a beautifully shot movie. It's very pretty to look at.
Beautiful.
Action's serviceable to good at certain points. The family story's deep and interesting.
Yeah.
Nobody's fucking annoying in this movie.
No.
That's the worst thing. I mean, there's a couple.
The Flash where you get 2 Ezra Millers.
Right. Right. There's a couple of dated things. I will not say this is better than Barbie because I gave that a 9. I gave that a 9.
Yeah.
But the amount of fun I had pushed it to 8.9 for me.
Yeah. No, Barbie's a 9 for me.
Yeah.
No.
Right. So yeah, because
it should be 9 because of the seats.
Well, no, that was part of the fun. I'm trying to get rid of that. But the thing was, I was trying to remove myself from the shaky action.
Yeah,
I do want to add one random thing about, like, I'm a little bit. This movie is also cut for teenagers in a way. Like,
yeah, it's frenetic.
It's very frenetic.
But there's an aspect of, like, if I was 16 when I watched this movie would be a 10.
Yeah. Well, and but I didn't finish my rating.
Yeah.
I didn't finish my rating because 8.9 is what I give it because it's not better than Barbie. I can't do it. Barbie's such a good movie.
So goddamn good.
It's so good, and that lulls a little bit for me. You got to. So it lulls for me. Barbie lulls for me at the end. Actually, it lulls for me a little bit.
Yeah.
This movie didn't quite do that, but I was already happy with the meal. And somebody said it's like taking the last bite of a meal and it's shit. For me, it was like taking the last bite of a meal and it's like, fuck, I'm so full, I can't. Stomach hurts.
It's the pizza crust.
It's a pizza crust. It's a Chinese buffet.
Too much.
The Chinese buffet where it's like, I got
film.
Hold on. I gotta get my money's worth. One more egg roll. Or you go to all you can eat sushi and you have to finish it or else they charge you. So you're eating that sushi like, no,
it's like you're forcing yourself.
Right. Because they're trying to wrap it up cleanly.
Yeah.
Takes a little time. You know, they got to wrap up a few things here and there. So culturally, though, importance-wise, it's not at the level of Black Panther, but I think it is as important for the Hispanic community.
No, I
think that people watching this are going to get so much out of it, and all those fucking hurdles in the way fucking suck that it happens at this movie, because this is me talking about a DC movie. I don't give a fuck about DC. Superman's boring to me because they haven't done him right. Hopefully James Gunn does it. There's 17 Batmans, and I stopped giving a fuck a long time ago. Fuck the Joker. Can't do the Joker anymore.
Yeah, they gave us Jokers we didn't want.
Flash is fucking dumb. Nobody cares about him. Aquaman has a fucking crazy redhead that nobody likes.
You don't like Robert Pattinson?
Fuck no.
What?
I like Robert Pattinson. I don't like him. I don't like those Batman. I don't like that Batman.
I didn't like it. It got worse for me.
It gets worse and worse.
It's just too long.
That was a 7. That was a 7. That is now a 3.
It's a 3 for me.
No, swear to God, that was a 7. He gave it a 7 when we first said. I did too.
It is officially a 3.
Well, I was giving it a 7.
Yeah,
I just thought the film was long, but I'm saying Robert Pattinson.
No, we don't need Martian Manhunter. Fuck a Martian Manhunter.
I actually do think Martian Manhunter.
Fuck a cyborg, even though he got screwed.
If we're gonna do this, fuck it. Do a Martian Manhunter. Do a Static Shock.
The thing is,
do a Static Shock.
They need to take a step back from all these projects. So when it comes to
no, man, we're on trajectory with this one.
No, I meant like just to take a step back and just like not rush to fighting Darkseid or like all this other.
That was the.
But they can't help themselves, and maybe James Gunn can.
They did with this because they didn't throw out. I was really scared for a little bit when they were like, "There's 2 extra add-on scenes." I'm like, if fucking Superman is one A.
Make this a standalone movie. I think at this particular point, we don't need to connect these movies anymore.
Right.
No.
We need some time.
But no, do it the way Marvel did it. Keep them separate. just keep them separate, and then like at the end, oh, all these people in the same world,
Right.
Team up,
now. Right.
They
can't do
rushed
that
it.
now.
Right.
James Gunn might.
You're gonna see.
That may be true.
Yeah,
but I'm
'cause
saying
we're starting
Marvel
from
already
scratch.
ruined that specifically.
They did.
They already ruined
What
that.
other formula is there?
Not make them combine anymore.
Right.
Make them stand alone.
Well,
We got to get that Justice League movie. Maybe a Young Justice if we're lucky.
I know this is like a weird caveat side road to take, but the problem with Marvel is that the problems are so big that I don't give a fuck. I understand
collapsed in
that.
on
Yeah,
us.
no, that
Right.
it's just like Loki is somewhere in a fucking million dimensions where
Right.
Infinity Stones mean nothing. I don't give a.
Hey, there's a fucking huge like monster coming out of the fucking Indian Ocean, and they haven't addressed it once.
Oh no, fuck that. We have the most powerful Marvel hero, and we probably won't see her again.
Right, in a TV show.
In a shitty
Yeah.
TV show that's really bad.
That's why
if you watch
I'd
the
see
end
Secret
of
Invasion.
Secret Invasion.
I've never seen it.
Exactly. So you're going to be confused
Oh, joy.
when
That's
fucking
that's why I don't give a fuck about
Daenerys
Secret
Targaryen-
Invasion.
You can't anymore. Yeah, he's
got a
most powerful.
Drax arm.
shitty
said the
baby
most-
Drax arm.
Most powerful mutant?
No, most powerful being.
Really?
Yes.
Yeah, she's probably the
Who's
most
that?
powerful being.
They just made her up, dude.
She's Super Scroll. I don't even think she's in the like Super Scroll's in the comic, but her.
But not
There's,
Gaia.
but there's
I think her
two
name's Gaia.
Super Scrolls, I believe,
No
in the
one's dead
movie.
now.
Nobody cares about
The good one's dead. The cool one's gone.
He was in Barbie. And so,
He was great, and he's Bob Marley.
Secret Invasion is good. Secret Invasion fucking meandered.
It's
What you
look,
thought?
I
What
feel
you
weird
thought?
about Secret
This
Invasion.
ending did
Yeah.
is what I know Secret Invasion did. Where it's like, this is fine. This is fine. All right, get on with it. God damn it! Why did you get on with it the way you did?
There is so much good TV on. I don't want to waste it on Secret Invasion.
That's fine. You know what? You know
I
what?
respect that.
Your gamble
I
paid
have
off
to
because I
respect
wasted that time, and you're fine.
Like, good lord, like, cause it's if you know it's if you want to see an old black married couple and see how that works,
Right.
I don't see that often, so it was refreshing
Right.
to me. That was my parents.
What are you talking about?
And I don't see my grandma in movies, and that's what
They
Blue
don't
Beetle did.
communicate, and it's just like, oh, that's.
I grew up watching The Jeffersons. What are you talking about?
Rudy! I'm kidding. Don't do that. I just wanted to do
That's
that.
not the Jeffersons.
100. I know it wasn't, but I just want any chance
Shout
I
out to
get.
Sherman Hemsley.
Go see this movie. 100 out of 100. Go see this movie if you're any sort of brown.
Yeah,
Any.
get something out of it.
Any sort of, if you even
brown
tan,
in.
Italians, if you in the sun for more than 30 minutes, go see it.
If you love your family,
If you ain't brown, just bring brown liquor.
Oh yeah, that was that. Okay, yeah. Actually, we want to do some spoilers. You guys got time for
Yeah,
spoilers?
yeah.
Let's fucking do
Yeah.
it.
Quick spoiler.
So we're gonna
Do
go
we
ahead
get
and
to talk
just
about Susan Sarandon.
yes.
we got
So
to.
we're gonna take a quick vignette real quick. We're not gonna be gone very long. I'm just gonna do it for editing. Thanks for watching this review. Follow us at the MEXCELLENT on all forms of social media. Be sure to watch every Tuesday and Thursday, roughly around 8:15 or so. This is a little bit later because it's a movie review, and we do these a little bit later on Thursdays when we have the chance. So stick around. We'll be right back after these quick commercial breaks. Not really much. We're gonna go refill our waters, ask the guys if they use the restroom, and we'll be right back if they say no.